Just got back from vacation. I'm feeling fresh. Just had some mountain air, man. I'm feeling good. I'm ready now to jump on this community event. Where do I start? Where do I jump in here?
I hate to tell you, we're already done.
What do you mean? You're already done with your portion? So where do I go to the tower? What do I do?
No. You're good. Community's got it done. All right.
No. This was a 2-week event. Man.
No, it was a 25-hour event.
25 hours?
The community finished a 2-week challenge in 25 hours.
Yeah, you missed it, man.
What?
All of it.
No.
That's what happens when you threaten us about, DLC drops, man.
What the hell, man? I knew I had 2 weeks. I was taking my time. I was looking forward to coming back and jumping in.
That was your first mistake.
What?
Destiny and taking time, those don't work. You don't take your time with Destiny.
We've already rebuilt the establishment over there. I guess something about the helping the fallen. We already did it. It's already done.
Everything's there. Yep.
Oh, man.
Community got together. We knocked it out before Thanksgiving.
This sucks, man. I didn't get to participate. This is bull, man. This is a bunch of crap.
I'm sure you can go look up your favorite streamers and just watch the video playbacks. You'll be fine.
It's alright. What matters is we're done with it and we can just move on.
What? No. This is
alright, I'm gonna go grab some turkey. I'm gonna log off for the rest of the day. I'll see you guys later.
This is bull, man.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for spending your time with us today. Welcome to episode 175 of Guardian Downcast, a Destiny podcast. Hey, if you love to play the game Destiny 2, you've come to the right place. We're a couple of gamer dads that have played Destiny since that day one release back in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community, and we not only seek the stories of Destiny content creators, but we're a podcast that gives a voice to the stories of our Destiny players out there. And in this game, it's all about community, right? We're the show that asks, hey, what did I miss? I'm your host, ToddtheGatr, and my co-host Hazel is going to be out this week. He has some family obligations he has to attend to. He will be back very, very soon. So today, we have a couple of young gentlemen that have been with our show and community since the very beginning. And they're both back tonight, and we're going to see what's been going on in their life. And, of course, we're going to talk some Destiny. It's our friends and Raid Boss patrons, JellisGaming and Frostbyte. Hey, guys. How you been?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Just got back from vacation. I'm fresh. How about you, Jellis? You good?
Life.
That's deep. Well, here's what we have lined up on the show tonight, gang. First, like I mentioned, we're going to catch up with our two friends here and see what's been going on in their lives. Next, we'll have a topic of the week to discuss. We're going to go through and answer your questions from our SpeakPipe and Discord server, and we're going to add some music to our Guardian Downcast show playlist as well. All right, let's roll.
Thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or just visit our website at guardiandowncast.com for all the contact info and where else to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. We post those links in our show description every week.
So check us out, and later, Guardian.
Toddles. All right, gentlemen. Well, it's been a while. No, I'm not going to do it. It's been a long time, guys. How you both been? I mean, let's start with you, Jellis. What have you been up to, man? I know you've been slamming busy ever since school's out and kicking butt in your career now. What's up, man?
For sure. There was actually a slight little hiccup there. So I did graduate, no problem there. The field was not paying out what I was promised through the school.
Oh.
So I changed my path a little bit. I got a bachelor's in electrical engineering. And instead of going back to school and changing everything, I became an electrician.
Really?
Originally, I was supposed to be manufacturing circuit boards, computer parts, and all that.
Huh?
Now I am the electrician that will come up and wire up a lot of stuff. Right now, I'm working on the commercial side of things. I've helped build high school stadiums. Right now, I'm working at a police station. I actually got to work at my old college and build a classroom, which is pretty cool. Frostbyte gets to sit in every now and then. He'll text me, be like, hey, this doesn't work. Like, not my problem. Ask the other guy.
Not my job, buddy. Yeah, you and Chubby Wizard need to talk. He's been a long time electrician. I'm not going to call him old, but I'll say he's done it for a long time. But good deal, man.
For sure, I'll get with him.
That's sweet. Now, are you union? Did you go union and all that? You do apprenticeship?
I have a probation period before I go union, but I will be union when that probation period ends.
Very cool, man.
It's a 5-year apprenticeship program. I go to school like twice a week, and every year you get like a slight pay bump because you make a percentage of what the final top out is. Mm-hmm. So you have your ladder. It's right in front of you. It's promised. You can see what you're going to make at what year, which is really comforting because you know you're working towards something. You're not going to put in all this effort and then they just, pull the carpet out from underneath you.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
Plus, the final benefits and all that's really great, and I can acquire a comfortable lifestyle, in my personal opinion, with only working the 40 hours a week, nothing more. So I'm very excited for having this career path.
How old are you now, Jellis? You don't mind me asking?
Oh, you're fine. I am 22.
Man, I'm telling you, for a 22-year-old, you sure got it laid out, man. A lot of kids. I mean, when I was 22, I had no clue what I was going to do in life. You got it all laid out, man. I love that. It's a good thing. You've always had a good level head, man. I love that. And well, let me ask you this: what do you like about being an electrician? What's your favorite thing about being an electrician?
My favorite thing about being an electrician is seeing something go from nothing into your final project, your creation. You walk out there day one on the job, and it's an open cornfield. And then in 2-3 years, depending on how long the project is, boom, you got a whole school campus that could be K through 12.
Wow.
And if you're on that job the whole time, you don't go anywhere else, you can just sit back at the end and be like, man, I remember when this was an open farm field and now there's a whole campus here. My second favorite thing is it's busy work all day. Mm-hmm. So it keeps me occupied. I'm not a watch looker, every 3 seconds I'm not like, oh, what time is it? What time is it? No, it's, hey, it's 2:00 now. And you go, what? I feel like I've only been working for 2 hours. That's great. That's what I enjoy is when I finally look at the time, see how much has progressed throughout my day. Accomplishing the tasks, I'm given a certain set amount. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try and bust these out. My goal is to come back to my boss and annoy him and say, hey, what's next? What's next? And then he'd give me the tedious tasks that no one likes to do. Well, if I bust him out, there's no more tedious to worry about. And now he has to teach me something new. That's me being helpful.
That's awesome, man. You just jump right into the hardest thing. I like that. It's a good attitude to have for anybody in life, really. It's always great to get that toughest thing out of the way first. Wow. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. Wow. I good luck to you, man. I really hope everything turns out the way you want it. Yeah, you're like me, man. I still think the trades are really the future in the United States. I really do. Because without us, I'm in the trades, obviously.
Nope. Yeah.
Without us, there's no infrastructure. The nation doesn't go on without the trades. And I'm telling you, there's so much help needed in the trades right now. There's really good opportunities. So I think you're walking a good path, man. Good path.
They're like everybody else, asking for people to come. So we have a book system where if you're like a traveler, you'll sign a certain book and then you're on a waiting list. We can't even like get the first page of our book 1 filled because they're just in need of that many people. Like right now, if you sign the book, probably by the end of the week, guarantee by the end of the following week, you'll be out working at a job site. Like no hesitation because they just need that many people. Like they need a body on the site.
And you're building up your pension right now. As you start working, you'll build up your pension. Like my wife
yes,
is.
Sir.
With her
That actually
pension.
started.
Yep.
That actually started for me back in October. I started building a pension. So I'm 22 years old and I already have a pension building for me. I have my own medical. I got off my parents' medical at 22 when you can ride that till you're 26. So I'm 4 years ahead of the game. Right now, I get to brag to my friends, humbly, of course, and be like, hey, I have my own medical now.
I love it. That's awesome. My son is 20. Well, let me think about this. He's 25. Damn, time flies. My daughter's 23, and he's in the same boat as you. He's got his own medical now with his job. He's an analyst. He puts together systems for real estate software and stuff. It's crazy what he does. He's really getting into it, and the money's good too. But he never has to leave the house. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Frostbyte, what about you, man? What's up with you?
Where do I begin? Well, since I've been on, I have changed jobs. I'm no longer working at my old place. I'm now at they do circuit board manufacturing for clients. Mm-hmm. So we'll have customers come in, we'll quote them for to do a service, and we just ship them out within about a week or two. So that's where I'm at now. School-wise, next semester I'll be getting my associate's degree, hopefully.
Very nice.
And then after that, I got 2 more years and I'll have my bachelor's. So,
what are you going to get your bachelor's in? Same thing as Jellis?
Yeah, same thing as
Very nice.
Jellis.
Electrical
engineering.
Very cool, man. Are you going to follow in his footsteps, or are you going to?
No.
What do you think?
I'm thinking I'm still going to continue to do circuit manufacturing because that's what so far I've enjoyed. It just seems to me like a lot of fun, and
you work in air conditioning. Well, okay, all right. I forget it's Ohio. Air conditioning's all right. Let me explain what air conditioning is. Never mind, I won't. But I actually have a client who manufactures circuit boards for companies, and it's a pretty nice job, man. You're looking through a microscope, right? Most of the day.
It depends.
Yeah.
So some days I'll be mainly doing through hole, which is basically taking components that go all the way through the board and making electrical connections that way. And sometimes I'll be on a SMT line, which it is only one surface of the board and you operate machinery to put the components on. So it just kind of depends on what day I'm doing. Because we have I think about 10 to 20 projects at a given time, and we kind of pace ourselves. So I might finish one job and then they'll have me do something completely different. So I'll have to swap what I'm doing at the time. So
very nice, man.
Yeah,
that's a great career too. I have it's a good field to be in right now.
And I took this job because at least for my degree wise, I'm learning stuff that I shouldn't be even touching for another 2 years. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I've already learned equipment that I shouldn't learn until my 3rd year.
Right.
So I'm getting ahead of the curve, and I think I took a pay deduction to go to this job, but the knowledge I'm getting from it is just so nice.
That's very forward thinking. Most I won't say kids because you guys aren't kids. What am I getting now? What am I getting now? You know, what, and they don't see the future. They don't look ahead enough. I'm not saying everyone's that way. I'm just saying I've seen it. Well, I'm going to ask the same question to you, Frost. What's your favorite part of your job, man?
Favorite part? Actually, there's a piece of machinery. It's called an AOI inspection machine. I've been enjoying that machine a lot because, so what it does, you put a circuit board in, and using a bunch of different cameras, it'll take snapshots of the board, and it'll tell you if there's any defects or anything. So pretty much, you get to be the decider of whether this board is up to par with, standards and everything. So you have the power in the palm of your hands.
Nice.
That's why I love it.
Good deal, man. Good deal. You guys got it together, man. I like it. Well, let's switch gears here. Let's talk Destiny. What have you guys been doing in Destiny lately? Or have you taken a break like a lot of our community has?
I guess I'll go first. I've been struggling to kind of keep myself in this season at the moment. I'm not going to lie.
No, be honest.
Me and a couple of other friends of mine, we've actually hopped over to Overwatch 2.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
been playing the crap out of that.
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
How do you like it? How do you like it compared to the first one? Is it about the same or better or worse?
I didn't get to play a whole lot of the first one, actually.
Okay.
But I think currently it's in kind of a shaky spot. The next season is in a few days, so we'll see how things pan out.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anything else you've been gaming?
Warframe. That's probably my only other game that I'm
wish I could
playing.
get that game. I really wish I could get that game.
It's a free-to-play game.
I know, but believe me, I've played it. I've jumped in and played it. It's just, there's so much going on the screen. It's just like almost overload for me. I can't explain it.
I mean, if I'm being honest, if you want something that's probably as close as you're going to get to Destiny without it being Destiny, I feel like Warframe is literally it.
Really?
Because the story is so good. Sometimes I even question if it's better than Destiny's.
Really?
But,
okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, it is a pretty hefty grind kind of game, so if, some people might be a little afraid of that it might turn you away, but if you stick with it, it's a good game, and, they just recently did something huge, which they made it so it's now cross-platform.
Oh, okay.
With console. So
Really?
now you'll be able to be in instances with those on console, and then they're looking to do that for trading as well, because currently there is a trading system in that game where you can only trade with people on the same platform, but they're going to make it pretty much get everything universal, which is awesome. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you can answer this question. Why do you think Warframe never got as big as Destiny, the population-wise? What do you think it is? You think maybe it's just too complicated, or?
So I can probably contest to the fact that your first few levels while you're playing that game, it kind of gets you to a point where you're either, I'm gonna stick with it, or no, I'm not. And the reason that is because not everything currently is hey, this is the step-by-step guide on how to do it. It isn't really explained that well. Granted, they're getting really good at that nowadays, but there's a whole mod system that really wasn't explained very well 2 or 3 years ago, so that really hinders a lot of people, because the mod system is how you pretty much go from, just your average kind of Warframe player to a god amongst men. So
very cool. Yeah, that was my problem. I jumped in and I started looking at the mod board, and I was like, what the? It was overload for me. It was a lot. And it was very grindy too. If I remember what I had to do to get those mods, it was like, okay, wow, this is going to take some time. So
yeah, if you think Destiny is a grindy game,
we complain that it's grindy.
I mean, it's not as bad as a gacha game, but it's getting there. So,
wow.
Yeah, story is amazing.
Yeah.
So if you want something similar to Destiny, go for it.
Cool deal. Jealous, about you, man. What have you been doing in Destiny? Have you played this season?
I haven't really played this season. I was pretty, stale at the first few weeks.
Mhm.
I was kind of, in and out with it. Recently, though, over the last week, I decided to make a new character, so now I'm running a hunter.
Oh, you're doing the
to
new
try
player
and,
experience.
just to, get myself through it, because I still want to play the game.
Sure.
But with my current character, I'm kind of, just sitting around, twiddling my fingers.
Right.
Made a new character just to keep going. And to do the new player experience, I haven't done that yet. It was pretty cool getting back on the Cosmodrome and getting the Kvostov, and rocking that. It was pretty fun. Really, really cool thing I did, though. So I transferred all my weapons over before I even, started doing the mission, right when you first wake up.
Right.
So before you get to the Kvostov, if you remember, the ghost is saying, hey, it's dark in here, let me turn the lights on.
Right.
Before he turned the lights on, I was taking, my auto rifle or scout rifle, and I was just poking at all the dreg and killing them all.
What?
And when the lights came on, all the dread and robots were just,
Already
gone.
dead?
They were dead. He was like, let's get you a weapon. I'm like,
Got one, buddy.
You didn't just see me shoot them all down, It was pretty funny.
What, did you use dim in the middle of the game? Just switch them over?
Yeah,
cool.
no, before.
Oh,
as soon as he said, before he said Rise and Shine Guardian,
Okay.
and you're sitting there,
Right.
you have, no HUD whatsoever.
Right.
That's when I transferred the guns over,
way.
and as soon as I transfer the guns over, my guy, pulls up the gun, I'm like, oh,
my
this
God,
is not
really?
okay.
I've never tried that. Oh my God, I gotta try
I streamed it, I'll send you the clip
Yeah,
after,
definitely.
after
Please.
we're done with the show.
it. Yeah, we'll share it with
So
we'll share it with
before
the
he turns
Discord.
the lights on, I just start shooting at all the dread,
my
and you see the
God.
bodies are just falling. They have health bars, so
How did I not know to do that? Jeez, that's awesome.
I've done this on all of my characters.
I'm
Really?
gonna do a D1 vet here, man. I'm gonna try to exploit any and everything.
My God, I feel like a noob. What the hell? Oh my God. Well, let's see. This week, obviously I missed this last week. Normally me and Hazel will go over what we've done this week in Destiny, but I've been in Utah for a whole week. And,
Ooh, how's that?
Oh my God. I actually got to meet Mr. Kingsley Mack and his wife, Stacy. Met them. We went to a
Awesome.
German restaurant that he recommended, which was awesome. And, we had some pics. We sent them to the Discord. And, wow, what a great start to our trip. We were in Salt Lake City and met up with him. Oh my gosh. I think the biggest thing that I had to get adjusted to was the elevation. So I think it's I'm guessing here, 6,000.
Yeah, it's thinner air over there, right?
I was having I was gasping every minute. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I felt even dizzy when I woke up in the morning. And I couldn't understand why. My wife's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I don't know what's going on." Well, the first day or two, my sinuses were not pleased because I'm used to humidity in Florida, and it was very dry and thin air. And I had a bloody nose the first night. It was just my brother went through this. He used to live in Maine. He worked for a bank up there, and he had nosebleeds every day. And I said, "No, how can you get nosebleeds, man? Come on, why are you such a wimp?" And then I show up there and I'm trying to sleep and the heater's on. I mean, it's just so dry. But I wore my mirrored, everyone makes fun of my Columbia wear, my mirrored, thermal underwear that has the reflective mirrors inside. That stuff was the bomb. It was 25 out. No problem for this Florida boy. I was out in it. I had a great time. I had I got one of these, thin Packer jackets from LL Bean, and it had the gold reflective something in it. It was inside the jacket. So apparently, I guess it reflects the heat of your body back to you or something. That thing held up so well. Yeah, it held up so well. I really was afraid I was going to get the shivers. I even had neck warmers and stuff on, or I brought them. Never used them except the very last day. But wow, we went on. It was for the first. Our first set, we went to Bryce Canyon because that was recommended by Kingsley Mack. Beautiful place. And we got there late, so we didn't get a lot of great pictures. We had a few hours. Next day, we went to Zion National Park, which we decided to skip the arches because they figured it'd be so crowded with the holiday weekend. And it was kind of stated to me that it was kind of overrated. So we went straight to Zion National Park, and oh my God. It was like another planet. It was so gorgeous. Cliff sides on each side of you. Have you guys been to Zion?
Nah.
No?
I haven't been out west at all, actually.
It's
I've
the real
kinda
west.
stayed on the east.
When you think of, all I can think of was the ride at Disney, Thunder Mountain Railroad, where they have all the red rocks and stuff everywhere. That's what it is. It's like red rocks everywhere. And you're probably looking it up right now. On one of our paths we went to, a friend of mine sent me a news article that a husband and wife team went on one of the hiking trails. And I guess they went too late, and his wife died of hypothermia, and he actually had to be rescued because you have to wade through water. It's called the Narrows. And we didn't go all the way into the Narrows, but we went on a lot of paths, the middle and upper pools. It was really a lot of fun. And then the last day was probably my most favorite day. We went to, it's called Kolob Canyon. And I got to give credit to Kingsley and Stacy because they said this was more of a local spot. Less people knew about this place. And we did a 6-mile hike up this mountain. And you're hiking in an open area with like streams and stuff coming out of the mountain. And you're walking into I want to say where the two canyons come together. And at the very end, it's a big cutout where there's a waterfall. It was frozen, but man, I had such a great time. I was worried I was posting so many pictures of Discord. Everyone's going to go, yeah, okay, we got it. You had fun in the mountains. Thanks. We're working right now.
So was this trip solely to visit Kingsley and them, or were you there for... Okay.
This was, my wife and I celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary this week. So 30 years we've been together. And we got to Kolob Canyon, the very last stop of the day. And I said, I've been carrying these 2 t-shirts that say, just married, ... 30 years ago. And we both had matching t-shirts and we took a picture of it. She got a real kick out of it. I was glad I did it because,
that's awesome.
I scored points on that one. So yeah, it was, I think it was 35, 32 degree weather. We slipped on the t-shirts, got all our jackets off and stuff, went and got the picture. We had a family there. It was really cool. They took some good pics. Freezing and shivering, jumped back in the truck, changed back into it, and then went on our hike for the day. It was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, I didn't play any Destiny, and I come back and then I find out that the 2-week community event's already done. They got it done in like 25 or 48 hours or something. I was like, what the heck is going on here? I wasn't able to join the community and jump in and help the fallen, but oh well.
But that just shows you how big this community is and how dedicated they are to playing the game and enjoying it.
People complain that there's nothing to do, and we're just so voracious in our consuming of this DLC that what they thought would take 2 weeks, we got done in 48 hours at the max.
Could you imagine if instead of giving us the entire season a week by week of like 6 steps, could you imagine if they just gave us the whole quest log on day 1?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I will mention I saw something today before we recorded that apparently there was a glitch that people were using to
that's what it was. I heard.
Speedrun it.
Oh, geez.
So I think that's probably a huge reason why we got through it so quick, is because people were just using broken.
Well, I will not be using the glitch. I'm going to take my time, and I guess there's a little reward path. You can get some extra rewards, so I'm going to jump on that and get that done, and I'm going to take my time at it because I got a whole other week to do it now. So even though everyone's already completed the community event, which is okay. I'm good. I'll survive. Well, okay. Well, good deal, gentlemen. It's good to hear from you guys. I'm glad you guys are doing well. I mean, it sounds like you guys have some great features ahead of you. So, I'm the daddy in me. I'm really proud of you guys. You guys are kicking ass. So good job.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll be right back. Hey, Hazel, we need to record another ad, my dude.
Haven't we done enough of these?
Yeah, I know, but we're getting feedback from our community that they're getting old, so come on. Let's just do it real quick.
All right. Do I need to run this by Laz first?
No, we're fine. Hey, everyone. We just wanted to let everyone know that if you're looking for a clan, we have a Destiny 2 clan, and we invite you all to be a part of it.
All we ask is that you join our Discord community and just enjoy playing the game. We will communicate with you there, and you'll also be assigned a special clan role as well, and a channel.
So look for the invite link in our Discord, in our GDC clan channel, or you can click the link right down there below in our show description.
Yep, our Discord community is pretty awesome, and we have hundreds of active, like-minded Destiny 2 gamers in there. Also, we have a special 100.io bot that can put together groups for whatever you want to get done.
So hit that link, join our community at discord.gg/Guardian Downcast. And if you want to be in our clan, just let one of our mods know, and we'll open the door for you.
All right, enough of this shameless plug. That's it. Cut.
Okay, fine. Jeez. Later, Guardian.
Laz?
No, okay, I'm out. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We normally have a topic of the week segment here, but I was looking over our podcast questions from our community, and man, did we have some insightful questions about Destiny that I decided, you know what? Any of these questions could be a topic of the week. So what Jellis, Frostbyte, and I are all going to do here is we're going to try to go through these and just dive deep into them and see what we come up with. So I love conversation. I love discussion. So first thing I did want to mention, this wasn't a question. This was more feedback. It was from Shadow Soldier. He sent this to me, a few weeks back. It was about the changes that he thinks basically his title was stuff I would work on in PvP. And I just want to read this out, and Frostbite and Jellis, if you could give me some feedback once I read it, and we'll go through it and see. But he said the things that really the Crucible needs right now, the first thing he said was a map or mode for voting for 3 maps with 3 modes to choose from. He said he would add ranked in a doubles playlist. That's kind of cool. He would want to show in-game ranking or a number for skill-based matchmaking enabled playlist. I think they're doing that with this new competitive. I don't know exactly until we get into it. He said he should add a vendor system for players to get specific weapon and armor drops. Yeah, that's been needed. And he wants to be able to see who's on your team. Have it bracketed on the left side of the team with red for the enemy and then blue bracket for the allies. That way you can see who's actually going to be on your team before the match starts. I see what he's saying there. Team chat available for matchmaking to end game screen. Oh, I don't know about that. The Call of Duty days, man, that brings back some horrific stories. Party up function. Request party up or accept to join fire team. That's a great thing to have. Overhead labeled callout map in map in PvP when you view in destination tab during the match. That is a great idea. And I could have sworn they did that. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But that would be great because no one knows the callouts unless they, go to the, that document that everyone's put out about the maps and where all the callout areas are. And it's hard to remember where the callout areas are if you don't see it in game where you're at. So it's a great idea. He finishes up here and says, in-game match history for PvP. Last 10 games, last session, etc. Shows KD, most used gun, etc. Just track the stats, or just stats to track the progress. He said there should be special gun shaders for PvE and PvP kills at certain thresholds. Yes, I agree, like Call of Duty does. Unlock barrels and sights with kill counts. And I also mentioned that in the past, that Call of Duty did that. You can unlock different attachments to the weapon, the more kills you got with it. I think Destiny needs to grab onto that. That's such an easy thing to, well, I'm not a developer, but I mean, Call of Duty's been doing it for years and years and years, and it keeps people playing the game. One thing I would mention here before you guys chime in, and I know you're going to agree with me on this one, you guys. Black Ops, Call of Duty, they had the best theater system where you can dissect a game, float free form, and actually flip and see the person who killed you and go and restart, pause the game, look at it from his point of view, and then unpause and see how he killed you. What was he using? Etc., etc. I really think this game needs a theater system, a built-in theater system. I know there's some websites out there that offer theater systems, where you can play back stuff, but I think it's only from the perspective of the person who signs in. So you would have to know people sign in to be able to look at it. I may be wrong. I haven't used the system, but what do you guys think? This is really some great input from Shadow Soldier. Thanks for that input, by the way, Shadow Soldier. What do you guys think? You guys got any thoughts on this for PvP?
That was a lot of changes. I'll start with that.
It was a lot.
So I think one that I heard that I enjoyed actually was the stay as a team or whatever after a match or something like that.
Being able to request party up or accept join fire team.
Because I know in Overwatch they have that where in the bottom right at the end of a game, you can select a button, like it's just a green, like, yes button. You click it and it'll let everyone else on your team know, hey, this 1 out of 5 people are wanting to stay as a team.
I remember that.
So
I remember that.
yeah, I mean, that's something that, like, it'd be cool, because I know they have it where you have to go into a person and you have to click, like, send an invite for a fire team or whatever. That might be something that's just, like, a lot less hassle to do. You just click one button saying, hey, for anyone in the lobby.
Yeah, and by the time you do that, the game's over, and they might have actually left and played another game by then. You know? Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I know Apex Legends does the same thing, where when you get back to your like main lobby searching, if you had a filler on your team, on the left of your screen it says like invite to party with their name tag ready to go. So you just click that button and it just instantly sends them an invite.
Nice.
So if you catch them quick enough, like, and it'll sit there until you like search the next game or you like leave and come back menu screen wise.
Right.
So that one's really helpful too. If you find a filler and they were commutative, if they didn't reach out to you, you could just hit them an invite instantly. You don't got to look up their name or nothing. It's just a button already there.
That's a good
So what
idea.
I can see them do is, so you're on your director screen, right? You're in the Crucible and you can choose control, trials, whatever.
Right.
You can have it sitting in the you can float it in an open space and just have like the last lobby you were in, you know, have some of them available. Now it's going to be hard if you like solo queued, because then you're going to have to try and fit 5 names on there.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that's true.
That would be a quick like, hey, you know, would you like to invite this person? Or when you're sitting in the orbit, you know, not going into the directory, you can have it floating there as well.
Now, he mentioned overhead labeled callout map in the map when you're playing PvP. Let's see, when you view in destination tab during match. Okay, so you could pull. Well, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, if you were to like pull up the map, like if you were to open up the map screen while you're in the Crucible match, it would show you your map.
You know, that would be cool.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
I think I'll mention, so that being like showing a actual map in the map section would be amazing.
Yeah.
But also, I implore anyone to do this really. When you're in a match, or even in a private match, when you're walking around by your radar, it will tell you the name of where you're at.
Right. Yeah, I got that from Halo.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it did it in game. Yeah. Yeah, good idea.
I think he's specifically mentioning like an overall.
He's like when you pull up I guess you can hit. Can you even pull up a map in the middle of the game?
No.
You can't do that. Yeah. I'm trying to figure
it's not available.
I'm sitting there trying to think when I can do that, and you can't do that. So I remember in Battlefield you could do that. Remember that? Battlefield you could pull up and actually showed where everyone was, where the tanks were destroying people and stuff before you flew in. That was such a great feature.
But you're talking like, 32v32.
That's true. That's true.
This is 6-on-6.
This is a smaller map. I get it. Yeah. What about the in-game match history for PvP? Last 10 games, etc. Sessions. This goes back to my theater. Did you guys play Call of Duty Black Ops when the theater system?
I did. I played Black Ops 2. I didn't play Black Ops.
My God. That was one of my favorite things about that. Treyarch did a great job. I think it was Treyarch. Yeah. And
at the time, it was Treyarch. Yeah.
Treyarch always had great things. I mean, they obviously had zombies, which I love playing as well, but I just think it would be really good, especially if you're trying to solo PvP and you're trying to learn the maps, you're trying to learn what you did wrong. I have a video out called, do this to get better in PvP, and it's all about recording your gameplay, which you can do on any console, you can do on any PC. It's super easy to do, but the problem is when you go back and play it, you can only watch it in your perspective. The problem with that is it'd be nice if you could float freeform and look over the entire map and float above everyone and see where everyone is, getting sequestered and where they're trying to get, to cover and setting up even for a flank or something, just to know that. And then I remember they had a button you could scroll through the different players in the map that was real easy too. You could look at, you can keep scrolling through every player in that lobby. and see in real time and see what they were doing during that part of the game. I miss that. I really wish they could bring that in. I hope all games have that eventually.
I know Rainbow Six has something like that where it reports pretty much everyone's perspectives from the server side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go back and look at that clip, you're seeing how the server views everything.
Right.
And it allows you to actually go in 3D space.
I love it.
So you can actually see, like, hey, like, yeah, this is this person's perspective, but I kind of want to see, like, the actual angle at which they are looking through. So like it gives you overhead views and stuff like that. So I think I can see where he got that.
I mean, this game came out, and I'm trying to look when it came out. Black Ops. I mean, we're talking about a long time ago here. Black Ops was not a new game. I mean, it's been out for so long. Yeah, it's not showing where I'm looking it up, but
13?
Yeah, I mean, it's
before that.
It was before
Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 was like 2012. So you're talking like 09.
I mean, come on, these are the early days of Call of Duty. This should be something in every game. It's really needed. And for players out there who want to get better, how are they going to know without that information? I mean, playing their gameplay back and watching how they played and how they died and stuff is definitely a very good thing to do if you want to learn to get better in PvP. But it would just be nice to have the free camera mode to fly around the map and just see, or even scroll through the different players as they're playing, because the server's catching it all. It's there. But I'm not a professional. I don't understand how all this stuff works. I just know it was fun to use. So
just knows to get good and move on them.
Exactly. That's what Hazel would say. Okay. We had another question from Mr. Native Raider, and this was more of a lighthearted question, but I thought it was a good question. He says, list 3 items from your childhood that describes your age. All right. Now we're going to have a very wide disparity here of what I'm considering my 3 things and what you guys consider your 3 things. But you guys have had a chance to think about it. What do you think, Frost? 3 things from your childhood.
Gosh.
Could be anything.
The first thing that comes to mind are like TV shows.
Yeah.
That like were coming out when I was around, but like not everyone knows specific.
Native Raider said, I'll start. He says Tech Deck, Tamagotchi, and Pogs. And I know I hear Pogs all the time, but that was not my during my time. So I guess he's picking like.
I had 2 Tamagotchis, but that's not what one of my sisters has.
What is a Tamagotchi? What is a Tamagotchi?
So it was over in Asia was like the main thing. So you know Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So a Tamagotchi is a digital pet that you would take care of. It had 3 buttons on it, like a left, right, center kind of button. And you would take care of it, make it grow and thrive. And if you didn't take care of it over a couple of days, it would die. So like you had to clean its litter box per se. You had to feed it and you had to play games with it. And the second generation, don't quote me on this, the second generation was able to co-op with other people. So like if your friend had a Tamagotchi, you guys could get together on the park bench and wirelessly play a game together. So and you just make them grow and thrive, get to an adult age, and then you could have it actually like have an egg, another pet kind of thing.
So this basically was a digital Furby.
Correct.
Yeah.
I hated that thing,
but
man.
imagine if the Furby can also die.
Oh my God, I wish it did.
I'm gonna go get my Tamagotchi.
I wish it did die. I swear to God, I wish it did die. That Furby, I got it for my kids. I wanted to destroy that toy. It was so freaky. Anyway, I cut you off, Frostbyte. 3 things from that would describe your childhood.
Probably the biggest one that happened when I was growing up was the Game Boy that came out.
Okay. Yeah, my son loved his Game Boy. Yeah.
Because, like, I remember me and my brother, we would get the Game Boy cartridges and we would, like, play something new that would come out. So that was, like, a huge thing. I remember that.
Okay. Good
Let's
answer.
see. The original Teen Titans. That's probably my favorite kids show when I was growing up. And I'm going to be honest, Legos. That's probably going to be my third one. Now, I know Legos have been around for, like, a long time, but I know when I was growing up, at least, like, they're really popular. That's at least how I feel about that. Plus, you had like Xbox and PlayStation coming out.
Right. That's true. That's true. Good answer. All right, Jealous. What are your 3, bud?
The Odyssey.
Oh.
If anybody knows what that
You were
gaming
so old
console
school,
is.
man. I swear to God, you're so old school.
I know what that is.
I mean, do you want me to give the old school answers?
This is from your childhood. It's from your childhood.
So I grew up playing this console called the Odyssey, and it was the coolest thing ever. So it had like a keyboard attachment. It looked like a typewriter, right?
All right, hold on.
And
now, how old were you when you played this?
as soon as I could have enough muscle mass to push the buttons.
5?
Probably
6?
not fair.
Whatever. No, younger than that. I've been playing
What?
video games for like 2, I think.
Dang. I love it.
I'm gonna say 4.
So
Four's
on this
good.
Odyssey, it had a whole keyboard layout, but some games used a different pattern to like move and whatnot. So they came with their own like overlay. So you know how on keyboards for like MacBooks you can get the colors to change your keyboard color technically by laying that thin cloth over it.
Right.
So you would lay this over the whole entire keyboard, but it would have like 5 buttons on it.
Wow.
So you would use that overlay on your keyboard to make it simple for your commands for your game.
Both
Like if you had a big fat red button for a fire, right?
Yeah.
It would cover up like 5 keys on the keyboard. So all 5 of those, when they would get pushed, it would act as if you were pushing the big red button for that video game.
I love it.
So certain ones had different overlays, which were really cool.
So
to do.
they came with a cartridge, right? Was it a cartridge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. God, it's been so long, man. All right. What's your
Then-
second thing?
Lincoln Logs.
Yes.
Yes.
Lincoln Logs with a bomb, and if your dog didn't chew them up, that is.
I think there's a few around my house.
Lincoln
Walked
Logs.
around.
Damn, I forgot about that one. Damn, good answer. You're scoring points, Jealous. All right, what's your third?
Animaniacs.
Okay.
Animaniacs.
I remember that show.
Yep. And then we also have Tiny Toons.
Okay.
We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony, and in these cartoony, we're invading your TV.
Alright,
I
we
love
gotta
it.
stop, otherwise we're gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah, there you go. Don't do
Whoops.
that. Well, here's how different mine is.
What about you, Gator? What 3 things can you say that describes your childhood?
I'm right
guys-
here, like,
Do you guys remember the big
something
wheel?
from the 60s.
No,
Yes, I
give me a
remember the
break.
big wheel.
The big wheel.
I had it. Okay, the big wheel, like, it has our speedometer on there, and I try to pedal faster, get the dial to move, but it stayed the same. That big wheel?
Yep. Did you do the slide skids all the time in the street?
All the time!
We
If
would do
your
it so
ankle
much we
caught
would
underneath
wear
the
through.
freaking pedal.
We would wear through the plastic wheels where they would finally just blow up. The wheels would just get a scuff so bad.
That was the first thing I owned that, like, I could pop a wheelie just from how much
Yes.
torque I would give it. Just, like, pop that.
See, I feel like I know what you guys are talking about.
This is
Maybe not.
before your time.
Maybe not specifically.
Think of a
but,
tricycle, but it's made out of plastic, and the wheels will slide around like you're drifting a car.
I want to. He's pulling up an image.
I gotta, like, show him images. This
Yeah,
is
the big
a big wheel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
The big wheel.
Because it's got a big wheel.
Yes, you pedaled that
Yeah, that
wheel.
was-
You could spin out if you had enough strength. You could spin the wheel, spin out.
Yup.
Yeah.
I remember, like, seeing that in,
Look, there's Gator in the picture.
No, that's
Yeah.
not me in the picture.
like, I remember seeing that in the Incredibles, actually.
Yeah, the little kid.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Yeah,
I
it was.
never owned one.
All right, I got a video game for you. This was back in the arcade days. Do you guys remember
gosh.
Xevious?
No,
It was a scrolling shooter, and you were embarking over this enemy ship and enemy lands, and it was a lot like every scroller shooter out there. It was a lot like Galaga and all that, but it was a moving screen. You know, Galaga's static, and the enemies come to you. You literally would float past it. It was one of the first games that the screen kept scrolling, like you were moving over these areas. It gave you a 3D
It was like a
effect.
lot of like, it kind of reminded me of like golf courses, kind of.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
how like the greens were laid out, you know?
Yeah. Except this was like a,
like Legends of Zelda.
yeah. It's kind of,
Yeah.
it could
Oh,
be.
Bungie Legends of Zelda?
okay.
It could
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah.
But this was a shooter, a basic, scrolling shooter. And I played so many hours at the 7-Elevens and convenience stores that had this game. And I got pretty good at it for a while. But, Yeah. And of course, the third one, you guys already see it there. It's Star Wars: A New Hope, the very first Star Wars. I was actually went with my father to see this movie when it first came out. So yeah, that'll show my age, but, there we go.
My mom has seen every single one in theaters.
Me too.
Actually.
Everyone.
Which I think is cool.
I never miss them. And I tell you what, have you guys been seeing the new series that Disney has out right now called Andor?
I have. I'm all caught up.
You guys are missing out. You're missing out, Jealous. It's one of the best.
Yeah.
What do you think, Frost? I think it's one of the best modern Star Wars series out. What do you think?
Now, I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
I'm really biased because Rogue One is my favorite movie.
It's my favorite as well.
Star Wars.
Yep.
So I love this show.
Where does this take place? Like,
It's before Rogue One. It's right before Rogue
BBY.
One. Mm-hmm.
So the events of New Hope takes place in 16 BBY. This is in 5 BBY.
Yep.
And then they said for season 2 they're going to do a lot more time skips. Like every 3 episodes is going to be a time skip.
but this is before, like, for Rogue One.
This is like the rebellion is just being put together.
And to boot,
Like,
Jealous?
So this is like during Fallen Order.
No.
This
is after
No.
Fallen Order.
Okay, okay.
But think of it this way, Jealous. You have such a hatred for the Empire by the time you're done watching this series. You will fully understand why everyone wants to just murder stormtroopers.
So
I never got that. I was robbed of that.
Let's get everyone together, have a single world currency. Sounds pretty good to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
yeah, this is like...
Nah, I'm just playing with everybody. I just know the two sides to that coin, depending on how you look at it, you know.
Yeah, the rebellion hasn't been formed at this point.
it's just a
small
baby.
pockets.
It's the baby start.
Oh,
It's the pioneers.
that time frame? Because he started.
Yeah,
he started the rebellion.
It'd be a few years prior to Force Unleashed.
Before Starkiller? Okay, because Starkiller started the rebellion.
Technically, that's not.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm loving this series. I mean, I was robbed of this, guys. When I saw, A New Hope, it was already episode 5.
Right.
So much was not told, and we just assumed. And what in these movies, the stormtroopers were comical, right? They couldn't shoot shit. They were terrible fighters, and
they hit their heads on elevator doors.
Darth Vader was the only one you feared because he had the Force and he could crush your neck by just holding you in air. But this, you truly and what's really cool about this series is it get down into the nitty gritty of how the cities worked, how the security meetings worked at the Empire, the inner workings of how everything did. And they flip it to the other side too, on how this underground faction right in the same cities and worlds where the Empire rules, how they're pioneering this rebellion. And it's just, man, I wish I would have seen this before I saw the original Star Wars.
So, funny fact about, how you're saying stormtroopers can't hit crap. There was in Star Wars Rebels, which is another TV show, they had a episode where Captain Rex had to put on stormtrooper armor, and he said he couldn't see anything.
So there we go. That's why.
And he just kept on complaining about how uncomfortable the armor was compared to the clone armor.
I will never forget when the Mandalorian season 1, finale episode, I think it was. They had the 2 stormtroopers sitting outside on Tatooine trying to shoot the little can.
Yeah,
that's
they just
right. They were
couldn't
making
do
fun
it.
of it.
And he's like, dude, it's right there. Just shoot it. And he's just sitting. The other guy tries to shoot it, and they're just missing. So everyone that actually knew the joke.
Maybe there's something
and they made a whole 5 to 10 minute bit at the begining of the episode of them just trying to shoot this tin can, and they're 10 feet away. They just can't do it.
They're just helmets. Yeah. Why would they just not go with helmets so they could see better? I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
There's actually specific reasons.
Well, tell me, Obi-Wan.
It's meant for more protection if you get hit in the head, because sometimes, depending on the angle, it'll actually deflect a blaster bolt.
Okay.
Because it's meant to absorb the impact.
I see.
mitigate damage. But also, like,
Is it to dehumanize him?
there's
Maybe
that aspect.
more conformity,
but
that's what I was thinking.
I wasn't going to mention that.
Yeah, why not? That's the whole thing.
But there was also
There's an intimidation factor.
some stormtroopers had to, like, go out into space or whatever, and they were designed for you to, like, connect a life support pack above you.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I should have known that. Yeah, that makes sense too. It just seems like they're always, like in the first movie, like Luke just slips the helmet off like it's just a cover, you know?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?
We can go down a Star Wars deep hole, and I don't want to do that because we have so many great questions here. So I'm going to move to the next one. This is from Mohawk Angel. His question is, would you like to see a trading system added to the game or a way to send weapons to another player? An example, if someone has a weapon or a piece of armor with stats or perks that they like but you don't care for, you'd be able to trade for it and send it in the mailbox system. What do you guys think?
So, if anybody here played D1, and I'm trying to reach out to the hardcore D1 vets here, right? You guys already know there was a trading system. There was a trading system back in D1. So when my buddy got Telesto before I did, and he would get like a duplicate, I got it from him by trade.
No, wait, how'd you do this?
So it was one of those like one in a, I don't know what the odds are, the numbers are, but you would be at the tower.
Mm-hmm.
You would both go up to your vault.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you both had to access your vault at the same time. You had to do this a couple times if it didn't happen the first try, second try, but if you got the timings right, you got to trick the servers.
What?
You guys would both have your inventories open at the same time like normal, but when you would distribute your weapon into your vault, it would actually put it into the other guy's vault.
I never did this in Destiny.
And then, so you would put your Telesto into your vault, but if it worked, I would see it in my vault, and then I could take it out.
Wow. I don't remember this.
So you really only did this with your IRL people that you knew.
Right.
That way you can say, hey, I'm going to trade you this weapon for this weapon, or this gear for your weapon,
Makes sense.
But that was the OG trading system.
Wow. Well,
so there was a trading system back in the day.
Okay, technically yes, but what if Destiny said, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw one in for the next season. What do you guys think? Would you
well, then what's the point of playing the game?
That's what Hazel would say.
Like honestly, if you're just gonna like trade me stuff, whether you can do in-game currency like Glimmer or Legendary Shards, whatever, what's the point in me playing the game if I don't have to go through and play the raid? Like you go through, you do your raid, and you get that amazing exotic weapon that's that raid exclusive, right? People are different, I understand that. But where is the joy in just trading you whatever so I can get that weapon? I want to play the game. You're removing that factor if you can just allow people to trade for whatever they want.
It's a looter shooter, right? I mean,
exactly. So you just make it a shooter.
You're taking all the excitement out of the game by getting the weapon that you've been looking for. God, I sound like Hazel.
Removing that aspect of, hey, I'm playing the game to achieve this goal. Like, remember Pinnacles back in the day?
Right.
Like, hey, you got to get this many kills. You got to play this much game, right? Well, that was to like actually hone your skill. Like when I was doing sniper rifles to get the Revoker.
Right. Great rifle.
I got so much better with a sniper because I had to use a sniper to get the Revoker. It forced me to play a certain way in order to get that achievement. And I enjoyed that the most because the game's like, hey, you want this? You got to play for it. You got to play like this weapon in order to get this weapon. But if you can just trade it, it don't mean anything.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
No, I'm actually on your side. I was just trying to play devil's advocate here, but here's the problem. Here's the problem I would have, Jealous, with the trading system is Bungie would have to make it like a true RPG game because you would have to make stuff like so rare, like in World of Warcraft, where they would have to purposely make it where you would have the option to trade if you got this super good piece of armor or something that no one has been able to get, but you don't care for it. I think no offense, Mohawk Angel, but I do not want to see a trading system. I think you would literally kill Destiny. I really do.
And a big factor, you have to block craftable items from being traded.
Yes. That just creates so much. I just don't. No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Because there are people out there that could make a profit and make
absolutely.
a living off of, they got the chance to make this roll for some weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're able to craft it. Well, let's say we can't craft it, but then you give it to me. Now I'm playing with a gun that I actually didn't earn.
And you PayPal him, you know, out in the real world. No, Bungie doesn't need to know. And he sends you the gun. Yeah, it would not be good.
And we all know that's not what Bungie's about. Bungie's not about, the community making profit. They're about the community growing as a whole and making a difference.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't think that's the way Destiny needs to go in the future. I really don't. Let's do a speak pipe real quick. I have one here from Hammer Crasher. You guys ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Hammer Crasher 32 here. So I was just listening to the show with Average D2 Player about Gambit stuff and technical last week about Gambit. And I love Gambit. And it's a awesome mode, and it's stale, like everyone said. I think there's a lot of good ideas out there. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Technical that said, when you die, you lose your heavy. That would be a good change. Super blockers would be awesome. Or, hear me out here, the way to get the 4-person invasion D2, Average D2 Player was talking about. So instead of getting a massive blocker, you dunk 25 or 30 motes, and you get a blitz where all 4 of you go to the other side to go wreck shop. But if you get killed on the other side, you lose motes from your bank on your side. I think they have all kinds of stuff that could be really cool. I think it would probably suck for someone new coming in who doesn't know how things go. And that's kind of how my time trying to play Gambit Prime was. I didn't know what I was doing. I only played 2 games, and I had no idea what was going on. I couldn't do jack. And so, that's one of the things, is just knowing how to play the game. That makes it not suck. And to Gator's point about invaders, I think invaders are a necessity to Gambit. Without invaders, I would have no reason to think that I would ever die. Other than Shriekers. Fuck Shriekers. They're assholes. But in a regular game where I'm not playing against Shriekers, I don't even worry about dying. The only thing that's going to kill me is an invader. They need to stay. Anyway, fantastic show. Hope to see you guys around. Maybe we'll play some Gambit together. Maybe some Gambit scrims. I don't know. We'll see.
Thanks, Hammer Crasher. Great input, man. Great question. Yeah, we talked about Gambit like 2 shows in a row. We had a lot of sound bites from that show. And we actually did a scrims before I left town for my trip. We had a no invasion Gambit scrim. No one can invade. We didn't, of course, have, we can send big blockers and stuff. We had to play the normal version of the game. But what I did is I upped the amount of motes you had to bank before your Primeval would come out. And of course, you still had the damage gates and stuff like the game is set up now, which I think is what's killing Gambit, is the damage gates.
Yeah, where the witches come out and you gotta kill them first.
And you gotta go find them and chase them, and just a time killer. But we actually played, I want to say 7 matches, 6, 8, maybe 8 matches. And I kept tweaking the settings as we went along because the games were going very quick, which is what Hazel's contention was the games took too long. For the investment, it was just taking too long. But what do you guys think? Do you guys have anything to add to that as far as Gambit?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm part of the group that's like, Gambit Prime was the best. Why is it gone? I'm horrified because I loved being the collector in Gambit Prime. I grinded out a set in Reckoning for an entire set, and me and my friends, we would play Gambit Prime all the time, and actually have my collector emblem from that. But like,
very nice.
Nowadays, I don't touch it because it's like it's just so bad in comparison to what it was, and
yeah,
I think like changes wise. So when I was listening to you guys' show last week, I thought about like, well, something I have heard of is where they have it where it's the Primeval's health bar is like a raid boss, where essentially you have like 2/3 of it where you can burn through it, but the last like third or whatever, it's like a last stand that people can come in, stop you before you activate that last third of the health bar, which I don't know if I enjoy that because you're not really like fixing the shield gate problem. You're just reducing how many you have to go through.
Right,
but,
true.
I mean, I just don't see any like thing better than Gambit Prime back in the day. So
I miss Gambit Prime.
How I feel about it.
I'm all about team play. I'm all about everyone has their job and just do it and do it better than the other team. It's kind of my attitude.
I mean, maybe I'm just nostalgic on that, but like, I just felt that Prime was the best form of Gambit, period.
You want to talk nostalgic?
Sure.
I want to go back to my best 2 out of 3 and pray you get the big meatball in the sky so you can get a specific gun.
Oh, you want the long game.
Yeah.
You want the long game, the best of 3? Okay.
I'm sorry, I forget what gun it was, but...
Malfeasance.
Okay, so to get to Malfeasance back in the day, you had to hope that the meatball boss was your guy, and it would spawn for both sides. But you had to win that round. You had to win that round in order to get the Malfeasance stuff to start dropping.
I remember.
There's so many games where we would slip up accidentally, and we would just barely lose. I'm like, man, I had to keep grinding for it.
Let's see, you had to play probably, 5 or 7 more matches for it to come back again?
Something like that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they as the season started, like, towards the end, they shortened up that span because a lot of people were like,
complaining.
Hey, everyone should get the gun by now, but...
If I remember correctly, even after you got the, like, quest to drop, you still had to, like, defeat 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, you had to keep killing the meatballs.
In order to, like, get Malfeasance.
That was one of my toughest exotic quests I've ever done.
Yeah.
It was hard.
I enjoyed the best 2 out of 3 things because at the time, Destiny had nothing going on. They were your fast-paced Crucible matches, and I don't think Trials was going on at that time.
No, Trials wasn't around.
Trials wasn't around yet.
Right.
And so I was sitting there, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, this is nice. You get to sit back in a game, and it's longer than, 10 minutes. I know some people that want to get in, get out. That's fine. For other gamers that want to sit, play a level kind of style game, that was it for me, You get 4 guys together, get a good team, just BS all the time, and it was great, man, because you had the pure tug of war back and forth. You could take it to that, that double tie, and it's like, no, you guys are going to overtime for this. And it's like, oh my god. Yeah, and then you're like, I just spent 45 minutes doing one Gambit match, and it did get annoying, but those are the games that I really enjoy. Can you imagine a tug of war game taking 45 minutes to win a stupid Gambit match? That's awesome! That takes skill to drag it out that much. From both teams. You can be like, oh, well, then you just stunk. And it's like, the other team played better, though.
The one thing about...
Prime had the... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think the reason Gambit started losing its popularity is I think people, once they figured out the system of how to melt the boss quick and get to that end game quick, it was almost a system everyone used. If you weren't in the know on that system, you would get just schooled every time. Right. And people, either were playing it casually and didn't go watch a video on how you should actually play Gambit or something. And people just finally said, well, there's a lot of other things I can do in Destiny. I'll just go to those.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with this crap. I don't think, collect 15 motes and some guy just obliterate me, because I can't see where he's coming from,
Yeah. And I think back then it was a damage gate, not a, it was a time gate, not a damage gate. So if, let's just say it was a 30-second window. You had 30 seconds to deal as much damage as you could.
I think it was 15 seconds.
And then the witches would come out, you'd kill them, and then you got your next, your timer, it's not a damage block. So those ones were cool, because, hey, let's try and melt the boss. So if you had that setup that you're talking about, Gator, I could have, all 3 sections still, full health.
Mm-hmm.
My team in the know-how, we would just be, instantly, it would appear like we one shot. And I had it happen to me where my guy had almost no health left, and all of a sudden the other team's health bar just goes empty, and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
So you were always on your toes. You made every invade count.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I would go over just to stall them. I wouldn't even kill them. I would just be making them chase me.
Yeah, it would make them just focus on you instead of doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And that gave my team that 1 second to deal the extra 100,000 damage.
Sometimes invading was just to kill time, just to keep them busy, wondering where you're going to be, and having people freeze and sit in corners holding all these motes. It was just literally a time, just delaying time for them. Which is,
if you had the invader set, I believe if you went up to their bank,
it would close it
and just sat around it, you would drain it while it was closed, right?
Well, Hazel,
that was a little perk. That was a little tiny perk there.
I think it was Technical or Hazel said you come in with a bubble titan and just bubble over the bank and just sit there.
Right, what are you gonna do? Melee me? Okay.
But he's using his super.
That's what the Titan would do.
That's what he's using.
Right,
his super
yeah. I'm just saying that's what the Titan did.
Yeah,
he popped his bulb and be like, all right, come at me. We'll fist me.
But I really think
a whole strategy.
Yeah.
Because if you use your bubble on their bank, you're not gonna have that weapons of life
for DPS. Yeah. So you're making a choice. Well,
double Titan run, man.
I think people once that's Destiny players, man. They figure out the best way to play it. They hammer in and get it done. And the people who aren't as dedicated are left by the side, So I think that's part of the reason. But okay, got a question. I'm going to try to keep moving on here because we got a lot of good questions here. This was from Geek. This is a few weeks back. He goes, listening to the show yesterday, there was talk about lack of higher level content, also higher level rewards. I thought it would be a way to add some of each in. Lock loadouts and not knowing what would be next would be a problem. LOL, wouldn't it be fun to run the Season 16 Battlegrounds at a higher difficulty? They already have Legend Psyops. Just copy and paste some champs in. Just my train of thought anyway. What do you guys think about that? Any input on that?
So I can totally spin this into something that would be fun. Okay? So it would be in your Strike Vanguard playlist, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In order to start it, there's going to be a minimum criteria, right? And it'll change each week. Let's say you have to have equipped 1 auto rifle, 1 scout rifle, sidearm, and then let's just choose a grenade launcher for your heavy slot, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the strike, you'll hit your checkpoints, right?
Right.
You hit a checkpoint, it goes boom, auto rifle only.
Oh,
that's the only weapon you can use.
Always
Next
changing.
checkpoint, it goes solar damage, and your super switches to solar.
Okay.
Next DPS, it'll go, alright, you're using arc, and then sidearm only, you have to pass their criteria before you can launch the activity. That way, when it does the random rolling, you have that on your character. Now, when it does that, elemental switch, I would say respectfully give them the max fill on at least their abilities.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Not necessarily the super one, but at least the abilities would be fully recharged.
Right.
And that would be your spin on it with the lock loadout. I would enjoy that idea right there.
Very cool. I like that idea.
A Pokemon game, but it's Destiny.
Nuzlocke.
So, you're starting off a strike where you can only use heavy ammo. Just imagining stuff like that. But, I guess what I'll say on this tangent. It kind of sounds to me like he just described GMs in a sense.
Yeah.
As, like, he's mentioning battlegrounds at a higher difficulty, which there are some battlegrounds that are at GM level. So that's kind of where I was looking at that, and GMs have
Okay.
and depending on what the reward is, I'm not going to say every GM has, like, the best loot. I will say, like, for double rewards weekends, they're amazing. Depending on the weapon, they can be really great. But that's what he just sounds like said. It's just like GMs.
Yeah, I agree, man.
What I'm getting from it.
Yeah. That's what he's kind of explaining. Yeah, we talked about this on our show. I won't add any more to it. We already kind of talked about it, but I want to get your guys' take on that since it was one of our previous shows. I have a question here from SV6 Mad. Question for this show. Magic Dev button is given to you. Which 5 weapons would you unsunset? Here's a list of mine that would come to mind. Go figure, pulse rifle. Right side of wrong, solar. Go figure. Kindled orchid. Ringing nail, and breakneck. All right, let's hop out. Let's grab Dim. What weapons are you bringing back?
That's what I just did.
Oh, I got Dim open. You kidding me? I always have Dim open.
Instantly.
All right.
I always have it too.
What are we unsunsetting? I know I got tons here. I have some sunset weapons that I just will not get rid of. But let's start with you guys.
Locking it in right now, bygones, like, no question.
That's one of mine. Yep. Great pulse rifle. Very accurate, had a good, clean sight. It was a 390. It was a good adaptive pulse rifle, and it was very accurate. And it had it was a very forgiving weapon if you weren't accurate with it. Good one. That was one of mine. What about a second one?
I have an auto rifle called the Foregone Conclusion.
Foregone Conclusion. What was that from? I'm trying to remember.
I believe it's from launch. I believe it's from vanilla launch.
Really?
That's from...
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's old.
Never mind. It's from the Warmind. My bad. My mistake.
Okay. I'll just throw one out here since we'll just all throw some weapons out here. The first thing that came to mind for me was Randy's throwing knife because it was a fully automatic, a fully automatic 260 RPM rapid fire scout rifle. And by the time I got this is when they finally sunset it, when I finally unlocked it right before the season ended. I was so pissed because it was killing fools in PvP. I'd love to have that back where I could use it in PvE as well. You guys got another one?
I think I found one.
See, like, in that same vein, probably one of my most used SMGs ever, exit strategy. That was the Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm saying a lot of Gambit ones because I don't want to bring back Recluse, but exit.
We already have a Recluse anyway.
Yeah,
we do. We have, like,
exit strategy was Gambit one.
Exit strategy. I think I have that one.
Crap.
I think I still have exit strategy. Let me look it up. Exit strategy.
If not that one, probably 21% delirium. I think that's the
21% delirium was one of mine. Was one of my ones I was going to add because that thing was just a beast once you got it fully fired up. It was awesome. Never run out of ammo, it seemed. It was a great rifle. Here's one that I don't think here's one I don't think anybody has thought of. And I still have it and I refuse to take it off because I have a lot of kills on it. It's from the Leviathan raid, the inaugural address. Again, a 390 adaptive pulse rifle had zero, smooth as butter handling and recoil. It was so accurate. In fact, it was big in Crucible for a while during the pulse rifle meta. But
I got my next one.
It's been pushed to the wayside. Go ahead.
Mine's from Season of the Forge, actually. Black Armory Scout Rifle, No Feelings. Now, this was special at the time because it was the only scout rifle that could box breathing. So you could actually, I think it was 2-tap with it if you waited for box breathing to proc.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, so you would let it proc, and then you would have like one of the quickest PTKs ever for scout rifles. So I remember having a lot of fun with that.
Jellis, you got another one throw out?
Yeah. Does that one count as the Red War frickin' logo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that does.
All right. This is a secondary auto rifle. It's a solar one. It's called the Valakaden.
Oh, yes. That was a great
This one has a Masterwork magazine on it.
Oh, my God. What do you got, like 85 in the clip?
Plus 10 ammo capacity, plus 3 on the magazine. It's a 56 round.
Okay.
I have under pressure on it as well. So increased stability and accuracy as the magazine gets lower.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I have a solar damage mod on.
That's right. I remember that. You could change the element. That's right. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a 720 RPM rapid fire frame.
Another one I was going to say was the Adored, but I actually found an even better sniper rifle that I really wanted to.
Okay.
The Soul Survivor. It's a Gambit sniper rifle. I got this very late.
Dude, Gambit just has so many.
They had great weapons. It had opening shot snap sight. It was such a great weapon.
My next one is also from Gambit.
I mean, dude, when the Gnawing Hunger was a certain thing, Gator and I were grinding for that one.
Yes, we were.
And then they released it next season, and we're like, are you freaking kidding me?
Spare rations.
Spare
if
rations.
Anyone remembers spare rations?
What was that?
It was a 150 from hand cannon from Gambit.
Oh, yes. I got killed many a time by that hand cannon.
Yeah. It had probably the cleanest sight picture I've ever had. Cannon, if I'm being honest. And it was so nice because, like, being a 150, it just felt amazing. And I think you could get, Rapid Hit Rampage on it or something like that.
I was trying to see if I still had
it just
one.
made it a monster.
I think I finally dismantled it. Because I'm not a hand cannon guy. I did have a spare rations for the longest time, and I finally ran out of space. I gotta say the blast furnace. My God, I've got a blast furnace with, holy crap, 30,000 kills on it. Just crazy amount of kills. I mean, this was during the season where they had all the forges. I used this exclusively. I never took it off. It was that good. Even on PvE, it would just destroy ads. All right, one more each. We'll move on. I still have my 21% delirium. I just cannot dismantle it.
You lock it in.
I can't get it. I can't dismantle it. I really worked hard to get that rifle.
What was the sniper rifle you just said? Sorry.
Soul Survivor from Gambit.
I just found it. You
have one?
Rapid hit, firing line.
Mine has opening shot snapshot sight. It was such a great rifle. And I could probably still use it in Crucible because it's not level enabled, but if I wanted to use it in something PvE.
Ooh.
Speaking of SMG, I'm going to save my last one for that. I got the Pillager from guess what? Gambit.
It
had a clean sight. It was so...
Yeah.
It has a straight 100 recoil direction. And it's a 900, and I just can't get rid of it. The sight picture is it reminds me of a Call of Duty SMG, so I still have that one. Pillager.
My last one is gonna be Hammerhead.
Yes, I still have
Black Armor.
Let me see. Did I finally get rid of Hammerhead? I think I got rid of Hammerhead because they basically came out with a clone of it, which is the Commemoration from the Deepstone Crypt Raid.
Yeah. Oh, that's Breath of the Dragon. Yeah,
I found it. It's called Breath of the Dragon. It was during the Forsaken launch.
Wait a minute. Breath of the Dragon. Is that an Iron Banner gun?
Gambit.
It's a Gambit.
So many Gambit ones.
So,
wait a minute.
on this one, this roll that I had, so it's a 900 RPM lightweight frame with a 15 impact. I put on the backup mag, so that way I had a 40 round clip. I had moving target with ricochet rounds and rampage.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
I used this gun as soon as Recluse got, hit, and I'm like, dude, this gun is insane. I was outperforming people that was using the Recluse, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Nobody knew about it.
Forsaken hit, and then a couple seasons go by, and they go, yeah, we're gonna sunset a whole bunch of things, so...
I wish
Breath of the Dragon would be, my number one bring back weapon.
I think that was Iron...
Breath of the Dragon.
I thought that was Iron Banner. Breath of the Dragon. I'm trying
Source,
to see
complete Iron Banner matches and earn rank up packages from Lord Salad. Yeah, it was an Iron Banner drop, my mistake.
The Iron Banner always has great weapons. I've very rarely been disappointed. That's all right. The Gambit has a lot of them, too. Like I said, I still have my Pillager. I will not get rid of it. I won't get rid of it. It's just such a smooth
Still got
gun.
the Death Adder.
Yes. How about the Escape Velocity? I still got one of those.
Escape Velocity.
It's a submachine gun from Future War Cult. No. It was Future War? No. It was the other cult. Shit.
You got Dead Orbit.
Dead Orbit. It was Dead Orbit. It had a 95 direction recoil. Yeah, they all had about 15 impact. It was
back then.
I still have it. Elemental Capacitor and Zen Moment. This one might be one of the newer versions. Great rifles. Just all the same. All right. Man, we'll be here all night if we just start digging through weapons. Okay. Thanks, SV6 Mad. Good question, man. I have one here from Eggnog Magic Lips. I have no clue who this is, but this is their name in Discord. Thanks for your question. It's a question for the show. Now that Stadia is basically gone, how would you try to convince current Stadia-only Destiny players to stay with the game and shell out the money to rebuy the game again? Any input, guys?
So, funny we have this question here, because I'm looking at our other community members right now, and they're doing a raid for Deepstone Crypt.
Mm-hmm.
And on Destiny, we have Zbrack on PC,
mm-hmm.
Xbrack on PlayStation,
mm-hmm.
Zbrack's other account, like, he's got them all. Zbrack's got it on Stadia, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. He's the man of everything, and that's fantastic.
Very cool.
With the cross-platform, it's great. The downside, and I hate this myself, yes, all my character and stuff transfers, but none of the DLC purchases do. Nope. If I wanted to play Trials with somebody on Xbox or PS4, I have to buy the latest DLC release in order to play the Trials on that console specifically.
I've had people message me saying that very thing.
And I'm like, I don't like that. Back in the day, before we had cross-saving was a thing, Gator, I was with you. We had accounts on everything.
Yep.
We kept buying everything because we were just playing with everybody. Yep. Like, oh, we're doing a PS4 night. We're doing Xbox.
Yep.
We're doing PC.
Switch back and forth.
Yep.
I remember a night where I was over at Jellis's house, and we decided to do Trials with one other person. I forget. Cathode. Yeah, and I didn't have my laptop with me at the time, so I decided to use Jellis's PC, and he said, oh, I'll just play on PlayStation. You know, like, not that bad. And then he loads up his account on PlayStation, and he can't play Trials on it because he doesn't have the DLC.
Oh, yes, I remember those
PlayStation.
It was like,
we sat there like, this is so annoying.
Like, I have all the Witch Queen weapons and everything, but it's like, you can't play this activity because you need to purchase the latest thing. Go to the store and purchase the Witch Queen DLC for blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
I'm surprised DLC's like account.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it should be tied to your Bungie account name, because they got that thing now. They made a Bungie ID. Why not tie the DLC to it?
Right. Yeah.
If you can transfer all my other information, you should be able to allow me to still access the DLC.
Yep. Totally get it. You pretty much gave me what answer I was going to use. I mean, the only thing is you have to buy the DLC. That is a downer. I always think of Red Solo Cup when I see questions about Stadia, because he played it exclusively. Yep. And
Solo Ogilvy and Hots.
Yeah. Jeez, he was there when you pulled that Alt F4 trick on me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the chat. He's like, guys, I can't join you guys, but I'm going to be in the chat and experience it with you. Because we told everybody, we opened up the lobby to like 30-some people or whatever, so we could load them all up. And we made a huge post like, hey, join in every platform. We're going to do this as a community and see how many Guardian Downcast people we can get on.
I remember. That was a great
And we had all the platforms, and then there's little Solo on Stadia. We're like, let's go, represent!
Yeah.
I remember that event, and thinking back to it, that's when my, OG friend group that played Destiny was still together. And, like, I think about 2 weeks after that event, we just, fell apart. Shortly thereafter, that's when I met Jellis.
Yeah, and you met me at history. You said, "Hey, what's up? I like this game. That's you too."
I remember those days.
Yeah. Yep.
I would say probably about the this account-wide stuff. Like, I'd understand if you'd have to install it on that console or whatever, but at least just own it account.
Yeah, I mean, at least your character and all your work you put in transfers. So, yeah, that makes it nice. Okay, we're going to be right back right after this. Hey, Guardians, would you like to send a question for the show to us? There are 4 ways to do it.
You can join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, and you can just lurk and hang out, or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions, where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com. Or we occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question. At Guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast, all one word, and we'll play it on the show.
Thanks for all you guys and gals do for our show. It really is great. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey man, that's my line. When we talked about our topic of the week for this week, I know we've had people in our Discord say, "Hey man, when are you going to answer my question? You know, I put so much time in this question. When are you going to answer it?" So Frostbyte and I all decided we're just going to go through and deep dive into all these great questions that you guys came up with. So we're going to continue with that.
I did?
Yeah, you did. Remember? You signed the agreement, dude. Hey.
Okay.
All right. You did.
I signed something that I was not aware
the FedEx driver told me that you signed it, so that's all.
I need to get Laz.
No, Laz is fine.
Okay.
We got a speak pipe here. Let's start out with that. This is from 21 Cabbage.
Hey guys, 21 Cabbage here, live from my van. Don't know why you have to know that, but there you go. I have maybe a bit of a deep question, but do you guys think there will be anything after the final shape? Because if the name suggests it's the final shape, it seems all very final. And do you guys think there will be a Destiny 3 or Destiny Online or just Destiny? I know you guys have talked about this topic before, but I am feeling like we're building towards an end, and I was never really at the crossroad of Destiny. I never played Destiny 1. I am Destiny 2 veteran, if you would like to call that, but I never played Destiny 1, so I never had the feeling of, oh, there's a new version of the game I love that is coming out, and now I have this feeling of, are all the weapons and all the armor and all the things I'm grinding for worth it to grind for if there's a new game coming out? How did you guys feel when you were at the crossroads of Destiny 1 to Destiny 2? Sorry, it's not very clear question, but I don't know, maybe this is the language barrier, it's kind of hard for me to explain, but let me know what you guys think, and talk to you later. Love you, bye.
Thanks, 21 Cabbage. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I know Jellis just said on the camera, he says, "I got this. Hold my beer." Go for it, Jellis. What do you think, man? Anything after the final shape?
So I would really like us to be a prequel and do a golden age era.
Hell yes. I've been saying this.
I want to be at the Battle of Forefronts.
Yes. I want to see Saladin kick ass. I want to see the
some
salad
people might
man.
think that's cheesy. No, I want to be there. I want to be at that state, and we don't got to be nobody special. We can just be a normal side guardian that's just like there, that doesn't show up in all this, but we're a part of all the things that happen. Like, and I can see them. This is a really simple way to tie it in, but so you get to your final shape, right? Well, the final shape could be the darkness realizes that no matter what they do, us, the current guardian, is here. So they need to go to an era before we came to be, so where we're not, and start messing things up there. So then they go back in time to our golden age, and maybe they're the ones that inspire the Battle of Forefronts from the sidelines, to start setting up dominoes.
Okay, I like that. I mean, that's what Star Wars is doing, right? We're going back in time now and realizing how crappy the Empire was and how the rebellion really was great that it started, Wouldn't it be great to go back and follow the story have one season where it's all Korra's story? Not from her childhood. I mean, you could start there, but maybe as she was moving up in the Vanguard. And
as long as I get to learn how she can double Nova Bomb.
Yes, I know. I'm still wondering how I can't. I mean, I can't even hit one Nova Bomb. But we won't get into that. Frost, what do you think? Any other input?
Okay. Well, I can kind of see where Cabbage is coming from, because I also didn't play D1.
Okay.
But, a friend of mine actually had me over, and I got to play a little bit around in a strike or whatever D1. But
right.
Besides the point, I don't think they're going to do a prequel. As much as that sounds cool, and I would love to go back and see all the warlords and everything at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that's gonna happen, because I know from the Darkness's perspective, we're just a puppet to the Traveler. So, and obviously something like that's gonna go down in Final Shape where, Witness is gonna show up and be like, hey, about your light powers, I'm gonna drink that, apparently from what Val Disciple tells us, but, I just don't see that happening. I feel like they might, now do a reverse of that where we start a new golden age after the Witness is defeated. Instead of doing a prequel, continue the story, but we're now in a time where humanity can now flourish because the Witness has been defeated or whatever happens at the Final Shape, and humanity can now, start to get back to where it once was,
So do you think there'll be a completely new game?
I don't know. I feel like they might have to because of how the story in D2 is right now. I don't think if they try to start a new saga in specifically just D2, I don't think it would pan out very well. They might, have to just rotate stuff out through the vault, and I don't think that would go very well. So,
well, I remember them talking that they did state publicly that after the Light Dark saga ends, which is the Final Shape, that Destiny was not going away. But they didn't say much more than that. So I'm
I mean,
a part of me sees Jellis's part, and another part of me hopes that it's nothing like Destiny, that it's a whole new game. This is Bungie's next iteration. They learn from all their mistakes they made in Destiny and move on to a totally different game. Now, if they came out with a legacy type storyline, would I love that? Oh, hell yeah. Here's my money, Bungie. But I'm kind of curious where... I mean, I've even heard that they're going to come out with a Crucible game. I mean, I don't know. Who knows, really? I guess we won't know till we find out, but it's good to speculate, I guess, a little bit. But we've been down this road before, but I just want to make sure that...
Also think about how much time has gone into just this part of the story so far. Been what, 7 years? And
we're on our 8th year now.
2 games.
They said it was a 10-year game,
just
right?
Explain this part of the story where this isn't even like explaining the prequel stuff, I guess you could say. This is just like what's currently happening.
Right. Present day.
So imagine how much development time would take for something in the future. So
I just want to see the whiteboard, man. Just let me see the whiteboard just for 5 seconds. That's all I need. Anyway, thanks 21 Cabbage. Appreciate that question. I got a question here from Scrooge McPrime. This is Rodimus. Question for the show. When are we going to have our first annual GDC Best Looking Feet contest? Next question. Above average Destiny.
Hold up, Gator. Hold up.
Whoa. What? How'd that question even get in there?
Done.
Oh, come on, man.
Done.
You guys. No feet pics, please.
I mean,
done. If you win.
How are your feet not freezing?
Don't really a contest.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you're a Patreon, you don't have to wait for the contest. You can just
That's true.
see all the.
Everyone always posts something in there anyway. What are you going to do? Above average Destiny 2. This is average Destiny 2 player. Question for the show. Isn't it about time Bungie added standard colored shaders for our Guardians? If I just want to be black, yellow, white, or even pink, why don't they even have the option to do that? If your Guardian could just be one color, which would it be? This is an easy answer for me, and I'm seeing if you guys are on the same boat. What do you think? Standard colors, no?
I mean, like there's probably stuff in here that like looks really good, but like you gotta have some color variety. If you're just like if I was solid blue, I think a lot of the like stuff that comes out on a set would just get lost. But like now, say if they had one that was a theme, like for instance, I think back in D1 they had a Siva themed
right
that you could put on that looked amazing. I think like something like that.
Right.
It was just straight up armor.
Like a bicolor.
It was Siva armor.
Yeah. See, this is the one reason why I didn't like the new armor from this last Halloween event, is it was too primary colored. It looked fake. The purple, the primary colors on the armor, I'm fading, was, it looked too fake to me. It looked like plastic gear. What do you guys think? You guys agree with me there?
Yeah,
Hazel,
I do.
I want to say Hazel. Jealous, what do you think? Primary colors, yes or no?
I'm not gonna lie, Chief. There's armor shaders out there that can allow you to do that.
There is, if you're in the know, if you test it around enough, right?
I personally love D1, the Taken armor.
Yes.
But this is shaders.
I know it's shaders. So I would put on the Taken armor, and then I would put on a shader called Glowhoo.
Yes, I remember that. Crazy armor shader. Oh my god.
The Glowhoo armor shader.
Yes. Yeah. That'd be nice. Thanks, average Destiny 2 player. Appreciate that. I have one here from one of our newer members, PP Pipe. Question for the show. Hi, I'm a new player as of June this year. Boy, she's really new. What keeps you guys engaged after many years of the game? Other than Lightfall, what can you tell us new players to maintain motivation for the constant grinding? If you don't play multiple times a week, I feel I'm left behind. Ooh, really a new player question. What do you guys think? What keeps us going all these years later, right? We're in year 8 right now.
Gosh. So I know for me, at least with D2, it's like the only thing I crave in this game anymore is story and raids. I mean, GMs I'll do from time to time, but normally, I just feel like it's so getting them together, so I just don't do much anymore.
Right.
But like raids, like normally it's always a good time. Plus, at least Discord, it makes it pretty easy to get that set up.
Thanks, Hazel.
Yeah. But, like, the story really is only it, because the seasonal content, I hate to say it, it's just not doing it. First 2 weeks, like, yeah, it's alright. And then after that, it's really monotonous, and I just don't enjoy it anymore.
I understand.
Like, at least in my opinion, the seasonal model for the 6-player activities is not doing great.
It's getting tired. I think so. I agree.
It used to be pretty good,
right.
And now I just feel like it's not as good.
I hear you.
Yeah, it was weird. Last season, I was on every day at reset doing the steps. This season, I was just like, meh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Well,
like,
I'm not
gravity.
I like pirates. I just don't like pirates in my Destiny game. That's the reason I still played the season. I finished the story out and everything. But I think it's time for... I love the seasonal model, don't get me wrong, because I remember Jellis in the day when we got DLC on Mars in Destiny 2 early days. Everyone would blast through the DLC, and in week 3 of, 9 or 10 or 12 or 15 weeks, everyone's like, I'm bored. There's nothing to do. I'm done. I'm going to go do something else now. That probably killed their engagement numbers, after that certain week. Everyone blew through, got all their armor, they did all what they were needed to do. They blew through the story. I kind of like the
escalation protocols.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And there was grind there, but people, put the time in and grind it out, and they said, well, there's nothing left to do now. So I like the fact that Destiny is creating a seasonal model where they're it's more drip content, yes, but what they're doing is they're purposely phasing the story where we don't have to kill ourselves. We can check in every week and do the little 5-step story, and we're done for the week. And then if we decide we want to keep playing to, get that weapon crafted that we wouldn't want to craft or whatever else, we have the options. Where if there's a lot of FOMO in the early days of Destiny 2, where if you didn't jump in and grab it right then and there, next time you were in Crucible, everyone had all the new weapons and you were getting slammed. So,
right. Or if you needed help doing something, they'd be like, we did that a month ago.
We're done with it. Exactly. It was hard to find people.
I mean, I'm going to clarify, I love that they have different seasons to tell different stories.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I just feel like the activities that they're having us do are really boring. I'm going to be honest, my last season that I've enjoyed, actually doing the seasonal activity, the Season of Arrivals, which, in my opinion, was, the best season ever. But, that's probably because, the activity itself was really close to Gambit. So, it was like you were just playing a playlist activity with a little cool extra features on top of it. Versus, something that's just, compared to Catch Crash, for instance. If you were to compare a playlist activity to Catch Crash, it's like trying to compare an apple to an orange. It just isn't the same. So, that's why I feel like, at least in terms of seasonal content, how that's been, going downhill, it's just because it's just not exciting anymore. I'm pretty sure Bungie was trying to get people to play Catch Crash because not a lot of people were doing it. So, a lot of the quest steps, you actually had to go play Catch Crash, which, I mean, yeah, you want people to go do it, but if it's not that great, people are gonna hate that you're forcing them to do something that they just don't enjoy.
See, the reason I don't like 6-man activities is because you have those people that have, you're jumping in for the first time, and you have people that have run it, 200 times already in the last 2 weeks, and they're blowing through stuff. You don't even have a chance to, you're just learning it, and you're getting robbed a little bit because people are just mowing down enemies and moving on to the next room. I don't like that. It's the same reason I don't like group strikes that don't have a solo element to it. But I tell you what I did like, guys, after Catch Crash is you went and did the expeditions, which was just 3 people. And you all had to work together and throw the little gold, Ingrams into the collector and to move along. And then you killed a boss at the end. But even more fun was when you went and fought the final boss solo to get your gear or to get your reward for the week. That's the most part that I enjoyed. I'm more of a solo player. I like doing a lot of stuff without people bothering me. I want to be able to watch YouTube maybe at the same time I'm playing a game or something and just grinding through stuff. Whereas if you're playing with...
for that...
What's that?
Oh, sorry.
No, good.
But for that solo player activity, though, you're getting story content at the end of that versus the 6-man where you're not really. No. It's just one-liners where they're talking about stuff that is happening behind the scenes, but it's not relevant to the story. I guess you could say they're talking about, this person's gathering their forces, and then you have to go do those next 2 activities, and then at the end of that solo activity, you see them once they've gathered everything. But it's versus, that solo bit where you see that story content.
Yeah, I follow you. All right. Well, I have shameless plug here, PB Pipe, but I love that name. I have a video I'm going to be coming out. I've been working on it for a long time. It's going to be a little bit longer video than I'm used to putting out, but it's about things to do before Lightfall. And, I'm not going to go into much more detail because I want you to be curious to see what it's about. So that'll be out, probably in the next couple of weeks. I'm working on it. Just putting the dialogue together. I had 50 audio tracks to weave into this video. So it's going to be a big video. Okay. Thanks for the question, PP Pipe. And I have one here from Oda Yukamura, and it's a 2-parter. If there was a PvP mode that was bare bones, do you think it would survive? And would you play it? We'll start with that question first. Bare bones. See, this is what I've always wanted. I want a gun game. I want a game where it's just you, the other player, and guns, no abilities, no supers, no jumping in the air, boots on the ground, gun game, just like Call of Duty or Apex, whatever else out there. Oh, Apex, you can go in the air too, but you know what I'm saying. What do you guys think?
It's not like Clash. Isn't that literally the whole point of Clash?
Clash is just TDM. It's just team deathmatch, but you still have all your supers. You still have all your jumps.
This is guns. That's
bare bones.
No, there's nothing else.
Gun versus
gun. This is just me versus you. I have my guns. You have your guns. You can't barricade or whatever.
Right.
I mean, but is there enough appeal for that where you would want to do that in Destiny versus going over to say, I don't know, Modern Warfare 2 and playing that? I don't know.
I see your point.
It just seems out of place where this game is kind of built around having that power fantasy of using a super, using rifts, using dodges. I just don't really see that.
I follow. That's a good point.
Reality.
Yeah. That's a good point. What do you think, Jealous? Anything to add?
I agree with Frost here. If you want to go play a lock, a bare bones game,
right.
I mean, there's other stuff to go play out there.
Good point.
I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, but, if you want to play a certain game, then you go play that certain game.
Right.
This is the way that this game is played. So that's how it runs.
For me, it was just mainly a different kind of game mode to a player versus player, where you can test. What I like about it is you can test your guns out without any abilities that are helping you with better accuracy or whatever. And I know the streamers would use it to test out a lot of guns and stuff, against another player. But I agree. Destiny is Destiny, and there's a reason people play Destiny. There's a reason people go and play Call of Duty. 2 different games. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Quote, IP defining.
Yeah.
You don't really get a whole lot of anything else like it, so.
Yeah. Well, the second part of Oda's question here is a really good one. What are your thoughts on PvE cheating? Should it be punished, hand-waved, or given a handicap, meaning people caught cheating, they aren't banned or kicked, but maybe given a permanent cheating icon or some kind of gamertag color change? I kind of like that idea, actually. But here's the thing. If you're cheesing or doing whatever, I mean, we're talking about the community event, right? What a letdown. It kind of ruined it, didn't it? Everyone was cheesing it and getting it done like ultra fast instead of maybe seeing daily the progress made. Aren't they kind of cheating themselves when they do that? I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I'm playing this game to be entertained and maybe even challenged mentally. And if I'm cheesing something, if there's something that's just unreasonable, like an unreasonable quest, I might consider doing some kind of not cheat, but maybe some kind of farm system or some kind of glitch or some kind of thing in the game that's in the game. So it's not considered cheating. It's in the code, but the fact that you aren't kicked or anything, but you're given some kind of cheating icon or gamer tag color change, I like that idea. It kind of, it's kind of
like a party plate, but for
Scarlet Letter.
Names.
Yeah, it's kind of the Scarlet Letter, isn't it? Everyone knows who you are. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, so you kind of have to break this down into like two separate things, right? So, like, would you consider cheating as in like, exploiting something that wasn't intentionally designed to be done that way, or like, flying around like you're Superman and cheating that way? Mm-hmm. Now, like, if you're, at least in my opinion, like if you're doing, say, doing out of bounds in a raid to speed run the raid,
right?
I feel like that isn't something that you should be punished for.
That's not a cheat. That's a glitch. So it's different.
Yeah,
it's in the game.
But like cheating, as in like, as I said, you're flying around like Superman.
Or how about
is something.
How about your lag switching a boss? You're net limiting a boss.
You mean like unplugging my Ethernet cord on Crota?
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
Well, stuff like that.
That would be cheating.
Switching a boss, yes. I would probably ban. Not probably, I would. But like, I will pose this question because I know we're making a lot of fuss about the community event, how it got done in 25 hours. But think about it this way. Imagine seeing this progress that like people aren't really happy about, like when you go into the listening quarter and you're like, dang, these changes aren't really like that great. Would you rather have seen that over the course of 2 weeks or 1 day? Like seeing, this isn't really that great.
See, I haven't visited the Elixir corner yet. So you say I'm going to be let down when I go and visit it?
Yes.
So you're pretty much
like,
okay.
It's not
what I'm thinking.
Impressive.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's on Destiny. I mean, that's on Bungie, right? They have to make sure they present a challenge that's going to be worthwhile. I would say that's more the fault of the developer expectations of how motivated we'd be to play it. I mean, I heard there's like a little season pass bar or something where you can collect coins and get like materials and stuff. At least I saw something about that. I just got home, so I haven't been able to dive in yet. I mean,
maybe you're referring to the external website where it was showing the progression over time.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought there was a little reward bar that gave you like a Senate shard or something. There wasn't?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh crap!
I know that if you like turn in, say like 1,000 the event, like Captain Coins, I think that's what they call it.
Right.
You could start the opportunity of like whenever you did a playlist activity, you would get a box that like could contain like like a deep sight weapon, like bright dust and some other stuff. Like I know there's that. There was
no bar? I haven't looked yet.
Gosh. There might have been. I don't. I only played, I think, for 3 hours for the event before it got finished the next day.
So. All right. I guess I'll find out tomorrow when I jump back in, but all right. Well, good enough. Jellis, anything to add? Or are you good?
I'm sitting on that one.
All right. I got you.
If it's in the game and I'm manipulating the game, yes, it's frowned upon, but it's not my fault. I can do that.
Well, I mean, if it's a glitch, it's something that's a chink in the code then it's that you're exposing that. One, you're helping.
Exploiting the game.
Yeah, you're
I think
exploiting it.
we're in the camp of if it's an exploit, it's fine. If you're actually like cheating, that's
Isn't that
not
limiting?
If you're using outside source to
Right.
play the game,
Right.
yes, cheating. If you're using the game itself and manipulating it,
Mhm.
I'm gonna actually look the other way on that because I'm just more of like, hey, good for you for
Okay.
figuring out that you can jump over the staircase and skip a whole encounter. You know, like Riven cheese. That's my main example right here.
I don't know about.
Like,
I don't know about calling people out for being cheaters. It might be a little harsh, but
it's PvE. Okay,
Yes.
you're not doing raid races here.
true.
Like,
Yeah, day one raid races, I'm pretty sure is like where it would mainly affect, but even then, Bungie has a really tight lock on,
right.
Right.
like, specifically cheating.
Well, the way I always said it.
Well, they also don't invent exploits for team.
Well, the way I always said it is if it affects someone else's game, if what you're doing is affecting someone else's game, then I think it should be bannable. But
If
PvE,
they're
it's
doing
a
something
gray.
that prevents you from completing a quest, yeah, that's
Yeah.
not okay.
I mean, PvE, it's very gray. It depends if the people in your party know what's going on, etc. So it's a fine line. All right, let's move on. We still have some questions here we need to answer. This is from Coochie Mullet. If you walked into Bungie HQ and slapped your hands on the desk, what feature would you demand that they put in the game? We all want a higher glimmer cap. I've seen the people say they want a laser pointer or a tag system to explain raids. That's nice. I'd ask for a color wheel system for color customization. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna be honest, whoever fired, like, the D1 armor team needs to revert back, because
Really?
I'm gonna be honest, like, moments of triumph for D1,
Mhm.
as a D2 player, like, not have played D1, I want those armor sets in the game.
Yes.
They don't have it.
You played?
I know, right?
Those armor,
Like,
yeah,
James
the glows
trying
and
to
the
get-
stuff on it. That's so cool.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know, but a lot of, like, for instance, the seasonal armor, I haven't found that great. So, like, definitely a lot of changes to art. Not to
Okay.
say, like, to hate on the art department, because they always, like, compared to other games, they do a really good job. But I think, like, in terms of Destiny armor sets, there's a lot to be. So that's kind of where I'm coming from.
Okay. What do you think? Jealous?
So stop me if I am incorrect when I'm starting to explain this, okay? If it's in the game, like, feel free to shut me down. But what I would do, I would ask them to keep a little prompter at the tower, like a collections tab kind of thing that you would go up to a kiosk, and you can replay the final missions of every single campaign. Like, I want to go back. I want to face Goal again.
Oh yeah.
They kind of have that.
They do.
They have quest kiosks. It's not the same thing. It's where if you delete a quest, you can go
Yeah.
and
So you have to delete a
pick it up.
quest to do it, though.
Like going back and playing some.
Because all these newcomers, they get to they lost out and they have to read up on what happened. Right?
Right.
How
You
cool
mean-
would it be?
you mean
for
like
to be
someone
able
who
to
missed
just
a community
replay
event?
No, just like
Like-
they missed a campaign. Like Frost here,
Okay.
he didn't join till Forsaken.
I joined in Shadowkeep, but I still got to play
So-
Forsaken.
So
I got to play.
So he got to play everything, but someone joins right now for Lightfall. And there's someone that likes to play in games. They want to go back, they saw the Red War, and they're like, yo,
Yeah.
that opening mission for me, I want to replay that again.
Right.
But it's not available. And that final boss mission with, like, you keep the cutscenes tied to them too,
Yeah.
like that you sat
Absolutely.
there for that whole mission. I would love to go back and
Wanna
replay
relive
the
it.
final boss for
Yeah.
each of the campaigns. So that way you can still see that story progression to, like, where you're at.
Jealous. I still want to play Regicide again, even though I could back in early days of Destiny 2. We can't do it anymore. Taking
See,
can't even
like-
do it.
That's something I resonate with too, because I was very fortunate to play every D2 campaign, even though I wasn't there when it initially started. Like, so I played Red War when it officially came out, but I stopped playing because I didn't have enough money at the time to buy
Sure.
the expansions and everything.
Sure.
And then I joined in Shadowkeep, and I was able to buy Forsaken. And I also had played previously Warmind and Curse of Osiris, because that was like a pack that was like with Forsaken. Like, you could play those.
Right.
So, like, it's interesting because people haven't experienced... Well, they'll no longer be able to experience Curse of Osiris. They won't experience Warmind. They won't experience Forsaken. They'll only be able to do Shadowkeep onward, which...
I mean, dude, after Lightfall, I wouldn't be surprised if they did another, like, half wipe of the game.
Yeah, well, because, like, I feel like you should at least be able to see the cutscenes from that, at the very minimum. Like, maybe not playing a mission, although that would be nice, because, you know, being able to retain your audience, so that way, you know, you're not just sitting there like, I'm watching a video. No, like, but at least being able to see those cutscenes, so that way, you know, you're still understanding the entire story, because if you join, I guarantee you, if you just picked up, like, Witch Queen today, and you didn't play Forsaken, you're gonna have this huge gap between Red War and Beyond Light.
Imagine...
Like, it's gonna be huge.
We'll get to a point where they get rid of the Beyond Light aspect of things, and then you're like, alright, where'd this dark power come from? You know?
Yeah. I hear you, man.
When I was doing the new Light experience, they were going over the Vanguards, and I'm a hunter on the new Light. And they're like, yeah, Zaval's in charge of Titans, Ikor's in front of Warlock, and it's like, Hunters had one, Cade 6. You guys don't have one right now, so that's kind of rough. So, like, someone that's brand new, they're like, alright, cool. Some guy was named Cade 6, and I don't really care. Yeah. And everyone else who's a real Destiny fan, they're like, bro.
Right.
Exodus Crash, right? That's the strike where Cade's voice lines are still in it.
Yes.
Yep. Very true.
I was fortunate, so I understand who Cade is. And, like, I have seen the cutscenes from D1, so I do understand the storyline there. There's people that I guarantee you have no clue who that person is whatsoever.
It's the reason I put out the new player vids, because so many players just don't understand or don't have that content in the past to learn from it. So
yeah, those final missions I would want added back.
That'd be a great idea. You know what mine's going to be, right? Give us a way, bring back the old spider back where we can farm legendary shards again without some stupid glitch where we have to use macros.
You know,
it's not a glitch. If the game allows me to dismantle armor for legendary shards, that's not a glitch.
I'll never say no to getting it more reset.
Like, if they had to wait for a reset to wipe it out, that's on them. Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to keep moving here because we're getting close to the end here. I want to make sure we get these questions in. This is from Fuzi. Question for the show. Do you think the Strand subclass will launch with a useless exotic like Stasis did with Salvation's Grip? And do you think Bungie will just rework Salvation's Grip to have a kinky alternative fire mode called Salvation's Whip? Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of these. These must be gauntlets, I guess?
No, Salvation's Grip is a heavy grenade launcher that came with Beyond Light.
Oh, yes, that's right.
You could place, like, a circle of a stasis shard on the ground.
Yeah, and you had to use it to target stuff in the campaign, right? The very first part of it?
Yeah, you had to use it to break darkness cruxes. I think that's what they were called. And that's what allowed you to get the Europa Merced or whatever in order to progress the story.
Right.
Will they do something that's, quote, useless? I don't think they will. At least, like, when they're playing it, they're gonna see something that, like, it has a value for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're just gonna ship something out like that. Now, I could be completely wrong, but I just don't think, like, Salvation's Grip still does, it's pretty controversial. It does have a use in both PvE and PvP. At least in PvP wise, you can use it to scale up stuff to get better angles, but not very many people do that because you can just rock a Gallahorn and kill people, but that's a thing.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it must have been a bad weapon, that fact that I used it at the very first part, of that mission, and I forgot all about that gun. It's like a shotgun / I don't know what it was. It was a grenade launcher, I guess. Yeah. Salvation's Whip. Yeah. I hope not. I hope Bungie's learned from that flop, that they come out with something. I mean, if you pre-order Lightfall, they already have an auto rifle that you can use that shoots micro missiles when you hit so many. I don't know if it's
been broken twice.
Yeah, I used it in Crucible. I was just owning peeps with it. But I'm thinking of the Quicksilver Storm auto rifle. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to keep moving here, and thanks, Fuzzy, for your question. 21 Cabbage has one here. Do you guys play an instrument, or have you aspirations to play one? If so, which one?
Jellis has got to grab his.
I gotta grab this real quick.
Oh, I remember you were learning how to play this.
I guess I'll answer real quick. I used to play trumpet in high school, among a couple other different instruments. I don't play it anymore. I don't know if I really have something at the time that I would want to play. Like, maybe piano, because learning piano is just nice. But
if you learn piano, you can learn any other instrument.
Yeah, pretty
because
much.
you're learning bass clef and treble clef. You're reading music from both sides. Oh, yeah, I remember you showed me that electric guitar. That is nice. I like the green, too. It's really nice.
Right?
How
I get the reflection.
How have you been coming along with it?
Oh, pretty good.
Some stuff.
Pretty good.
Yeah?
I don't have it plugged in so you're not going to be able to hear it.
Okay.
Everyone's like, sleeping. But yeah, I was taking some private lessons from somebody I met in real life. They were pretty chill, so they helped me out with that. A lot of other stuff is just like on YouTube, looking about.
Right.
And then
great resource.
And then the last percentage is just sitting and playing away, just figuring it out. Because I played piano for a couple of years, so I learned all the scales from that. So I'm just like applying it to the guitar.
Right.
Oh yeah, everyone that doesn't know what we're talking about right now, I'm playing guitar now.
I thought I said electric guitar. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just that.
So
then I would think about the songs I play on the piano and convert them to playing them on the guitar.
You play piano pretty well?
Yeah, I do.
Very nice.
I play piano, and then I have a keyboard in my room upstairs.
Very cool.
Because I don't have room for an actual, stand-up piano.
Playing like a synthesizer would be pretty cool. Because, I know I don't know about other people, but I enjoy, EDM as a music genre, and, learning a synthesizer, there is so much stuff you can do with, a soundboard and synthesizers.
I love synthesized music.
It's crazy.
It's my favorite.
Maybe that.
It really is. I've played saxophone, all different sizes, except the soprano. I never played soprano sax. So, I do play a little bit of guitar as well, Jellis. I play on an Ovation. It's, it's like an acoustic guitar you can play anywhere, and you can plug it into for an amp. It's really nice.
My brother played tenor saxophone in high school.
I played tenor in jazz band. I played alto and marching band. And I even played a baritone sax in jazz band as well. And I played a bassoon. And I'll never want to play that again.
My entire family has done marching band.
Yep. My wife's a marching band nerd as well. We're both marching band.
Yeah. I started on clarinet. I did oboe for a year.
Wow.
And then I jumped to trumpet. And if anyone plays a brass instrument, you will know brass is better than woodwinds, and that is the end of the discussion.
Oh.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Brass is so much better.
Debatable.
Whatever.
Just saying.
I had a buddy who played...
Gator remembers when I had a music class for college, and I was hitting him up like every week about all these culture stuff, and he was like, yeah, I remember when this was going on, because we were going through historical events, and I was like, Gator, I need to have your perspective, and he was just laying it on me, man. It was...
Yep. Exactly.
There's a difference between a textbook narrator and then a real person that was there.
Yeah.
Totally
Because they could just cut the BS for you.
Yep, exactly.
Like, I was getting into reggae. That was so fun.
All right, I'm moving on here. Thanks, 21 Cabbage. This is from Ronan Red Lion. A 10-part question. It's about shaders. No cheating, guys. No cheating. I'm gonna name the shader, supposed shader. You tell me if it's real or not. You ready? First one is Ruddy Turnstone. Is that a shader or not?
No.
It's actually a migratory bird in the sandpiper family. Good one. I almost thought that
I didn't know what that was, but I knew that Ruby Tombstone was not a shader.
All right. Here's one. Starlight Glimmer.
My Little Pony.
Yeah,
My Little Pony.
That's a My Little Pony character. Yep. All right. Headless Hughes.
I know that's a thing.
That sounds like Hughes. I'm thinking Festival of Lost?
Yeah.
That's right.
I think.
The shader from Festival of Lost.
That's old.
This one didn't even fool me a bit. Newfound Glory. That's a pop folk brand.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows that
let's listen
one.
to some music, man. I mean, it might have gotten lost.
It might have. Dreaming Spectrum.
That's Last Wish.
Dreaming City Shader,
Dreaming
yeah.
City Shader. Yep. Valkyrie Zero. I know this one.
Are you worthy? Are you worthy?
Getting that shader in season 2.
Yeah. Road.
That was.
Well, the next one here, Road Warrior Hawk.
Yo, give me some pizza and some Mr. Pitt. We're watching this WWE.
WWE Hall of Fame wrestler. Blazing Virtue. This is a tough one.
I don't know.
This one takes me back. It's Solstice Heroes.
That's
that
right.
One was fantastic.
From season 3.
I wasn't around there.
Oh, you weren't around
3.
yet?
Nah.
All right. Another
Season 3, like, that's insane.
Number 9.
I should have been.
Yeah. Silicone Avatar. Ronan, you're awesome, dude.
I'm giving them all they've got, Cotton.
This is a Star Trek The Next Generation episode, not a shader.
The Final Frontier.
I've given her all she's got, Captain.
The final one is Bumblebee, and the answer is yes for me. I think it's definitely a shader. I use it. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Definitely
that's a shader.
Also a good music. Like, good little piece of music.
Also
Yeah.
The Bumblebee.
Also a
and then you
Transformer.
also have Transformers.
But yeah,
Exactly.
Bumblebee. I want to say. What season?
What are we talking about?
Chosen? Bumblebee?
Bumblebee? It's been out a while. It's been out a long time.
Is it yellow?
Yeah.
Yellow and
just
black.
obviously.
It's yellow and black.
Like, how yellow is it?
Like, it's pretty yellow. It's
Yeah,
not like a gold. It's like a bright.
It's the closest to standard yellow you're probably going to get in a shader.
Trying to see.
Yeah.
It might be years.
Oh, got it.
Yep. It's a year one.
Year
Destiny
1.
2.
Yep. Yep, exactly. I didn't look it up. Let's see. We're going to finish on one more here. Good questions. All these are good questions.
I think I was thinking of like butter bark or something. There's like a bark.
Wow, so many good questions. We got to end it though.
Though.
Okay, this is a good one. All right, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4-part question. Good one to end on though. This is from Scrooge McPrime, Rodimus Prime. It's a 4-parter. Here we go. Question for the show. If you could send one text message to every cell phone in the world, what message are you sending? I know mine.
Get a security service. I don't.
Security.
Like if you're sending a text to everyone, well, that's just a huge security
breach.
I'd probably just tell them, go get a security thing.
Yeah. Jellis, what message are you sending? Every cell phone in the world simultaneously.
I would be that guy that does the Mars attack. Remember when that radio bit was out?
Like an Amber Alert? Oh man, that would be.
I would
crazy.
totally do that play. That would be amazing. Do you remember when that happened? We weren't born yet.
I don't.
So some guy went on a radio station and he said, "Hey, before I start reading this is fully made fiction, all that."
You talking about War of the Worlds?
Well, he starts reading it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like 5 minutes in, everyone starts tuning in, but because they missed the beginning of the broadcast, they're freaking out, and then they're sharing it to everybody else, and they're freaking out. It was like mass
having to make like an English report about this, like in high school. That was an interesting thing to research.
Mine is real simple. It's what my grandmother always. Actually, my late grandmother. She just passed at 96 years old. Just this last week, and she said, "Todd, just be happy. Being happy is a choice, and just be happy. I think the world would be a better place if everyone would be happy. It takes work, but just be happy. Be happy in your life." All right. Question number 2. Who are the 3 most influential people in your life and how they have impacted you? I already mentioned my first one. What do you guys got?
That's me, my dad.
Your dad? Yep. Your dad's a gamer, man. I'm already jealous. My dad doesn't know.
No, I'm jealous.
He's jealous.
That's right. That's an outtake. 3 most influential people. Who else you got? You don't want to have 3. Who?
Henry Ford.
Okay. Invented the first automobile.
Ford system.
Also, yeah, exactly.
Just the Ford system in general with the manufacturing assembly style.
The assembly line. Yep. All right, one more. I know, it's getting late. Kennedy. Say it again?
John F. Kennedy.
Okay. All right, good answers. Good answers. All right, Frost, you not drunk enough to answer this one? You all right?
Hey, I'm fine. I'm good, bro.
Okay, cool. You faded on us last time, so I'm just seeing make sure you're still here.
I was tired.
I know you worked a full day.
Excuses.
I know.
But so
3
first person that immediately comes to my mom is she's just the best in my world. She always makes me strive to be better because she always tells me like, hey, you can take it easy sometimes, but other times you gotta understand when to step it up and know that if you do and you work hard at it, you can achieve better things. So she's always pushing me to, improve my life. So
good answer.
That's why. Second one is Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah.
He has a line in I think a book or a podcast show, and he's basically saying that like challenge the way you're thinking. He's like, I think the quote is, know enough about something where you can talk about it, but not enough where you can still learn. I think that's like something that is huge that not like everybody can appreciate, like, cause you always have those people that just think they're know it be all and, you know everything, but as long as you're striving to better yourself, I think that quote is like, it'll resonate with you.
That's solid. I like it.
That's why I enjoy him.
I love that he's always a teacher. He's always teaching.
Yeah.
He's got that teaching mentality.
He always has something new to, like, expand your knowledge on something. You're like, wow, I never knew that.
Yeah.
So
every time.
I really respect him for that.
Nice. You have one more?
I don't know if I really do. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much it.
That's good.
I can't really think of a third one.
It's not about quantity, it's about quality. So yeah, good answers. Well, I already told you my grandmother who just passed. I called her on her birthday one time because it was COVID and I couldn't visit her. And I would be damned if I was going to look through a window. So I called her for her birthday and she's been having problems with, with her mind, not knowing who people were and stuff. And she had a real moment of clarity where she just said, Todd, just be happy. Instantly changed my outlook on everything in life. The second most influential person was my dad. He, when I was about 24 years old, before I got married and started my life, I was a mess. I was made all kinds of mistakes in my life, and I was a fuck up. I was going nowhere. And my dad came to me one night, and I've said this before on the past podcast, and he goes, son, there's a time in your life you got to stand up and be counted. Still got to pause when I say that. And then the third person are my two kids. The fact that I created them and are seeing what they're doing in their life and what great people they've come to be. It's really impacted. Until you have a child, you really don't realize how it really can change you and your outlook on the world. So, all right, next question is, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind, and what steps have you taken to create it? Damn, Rodimus, you're freaking deep tonight, man. What kind of legacy do you guys want to leave behind, and what have you done to try to create it? It's a deep question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
I mean, I got some.
Go for it.
I got one too.
Okay. So I think I mentioned this on the podcast where it was just me. But I'm an Eagle Scout. Mm-hmm. And one of the things they taught us in scouting was wherever you go, it doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when, leave something better than how you found it.
Great
and
way.
I feel like where, no matter who I meet, like, a lot of my best friends, like, a lot of them are from college these days, not so much high school, but, like, when I enter that space, I'm leaving it better than when I found it, because when I went there, I didn't know anyone, and now I'm leaving college here soon, eventually in a few years, better knowing more people. And that can apply anywhere. Like, you go to a park, see a piece of trash on the ground, instead of, letting it sit there and probably go on later to harm the environment, just pick it up real quick and throw it away. And you're just making the world even better just by doing something simple.
Good outlook. I like it.
That's what I got.
Yeah, Scouts are great. Such good values. Jellis, what do you got? What do you got, Jellis? Come on.
I'm just kidding. He's not a nerd. My legacy to leave behind is to, if anybody hears my name or has a conversation about my name, they know that I was a dependable person. If someone needed something done and they asked me for help, I would show up and be there and get it done. I want to be that guy to where, hey, if I need to rely on anybody, I know I can call up this person. Like that's the legacy I want to leave, because I hate it myself personally when I need somebody to help me in life or a video game and they're not there for me, whether like it's in my corner or just to help me out on a level. And I hate that feeling. So I don't want somebody to feel that when they think about me or they hear my name. So that's my imprint I want to leave.
I can contest to that. I feel like Jellis is the kind of person like, hey, I need help with my roof. Like, he's someone I can call up and he'll be like, give me an hour, I'll be there, we'll get this thing knocked out in a day, be done.
He has such a can-do attitude. It's awesome. I like it.
What about you, Gator?
For me,
what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
I want to leave.
What steps have you taken?
I've always been a very sensitive kid when I grew up. And my legacy is I want to be known for being the guy that empathizes and tries to walk at least a few feet in your shoes. Probably part of the reason why I like doing what I do here. I like hearing other points of view and how people think and how they live. And I would love to just see how people live. When I went on vacation, as most of us know, Utah is a very heavily Mormon state. It's a very heavy Mormon state. I think 60% of the population is Mormon. And I would love to know what it's like to be a Mormon just for a week. I thought that'd be just to see what people's lives are like. But I've always wanted to have, when people talk about me, I always want people to think of me as, he was just a nice guy and he listened. And believe me, I'm not always that way. But I always want to be known as the guy who maybe made you feel a little bit better when he walked in the room. I didn't have to worry. Todd was always a good guy. So, damn, Rodimus. All right, last one is a little easier. It's not so heavy. Do you easily become frustrated or irritated when things don't go your way? Let me just answer this real quick. Absolutely freaking yes. I'm very much routine oriented, and when I'm out of my routine, I get frustrated, and I think it's probably due to my ADHD because I can't focus sometimes. I can't focus on the task at hand sometimes, and I'm undiagnosed, by the way. I've gone to a shrink or anything. It's done a little research on it, and my son is heavily that way, so he's medicating, and everyone tells me I should probably do the same thing, but I'm a little hard-headed, I guess. I don't know, I'm fading. What do you guys think? You get frustrated
100%.
easily? I think, yeah.
I agree with you.
I mean, we're
Who
gamers.
doesn't? I mean, yeah, you're asking the gamer community if they get frustrated when something doesn't go their way. Of course!
We get frustrated when nothing goes right.
Prime example. We get this new dungeon drop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, Frostbyte, let's dungeon.
I know where this is going.
Oh.
And we beat this dungeon, right? It took us like 2.5 hours, whatever, because it's like day one release. And this son of a gun pulls a sin on me. Pulls a sin media right out of the hat.
Oh, did he knock you off the cliff edge?
No.
Listen.
So we complete the dungeon, and we get our drops, right?
Right.
This sucker gets the exotic.
Oh, first try?
First try, day one. Wow. To this day, I still haven't gotten it.
I still give him crap for it, too.
I'll be like, man, must be nice getting your exotic to drop first try, first day, right?
That's happened to me with a...
I'll be like, oh man, I got an armband. He's like, yeah, I don't know what that's like. I just got like the 5th time exotic right here. Like, are you serious?
For the record, I've gotten it twice.
Yeah.
More, so I'm at 3 drops before he's gotten it.
And that's like, with no boosting, because we didn't do any of the seals yet.
Right.
For the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So I guess I'll give my input on this.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I really don't like something just does not go my way. I'm not a happy camper, but I mean, sometimes I can tone it out though and just get by. But at the end of the day, it'll still irritate me. But normally, how I am, next day is a new day, so. Mm-hmm. It probably won't matter by then.
It's not checking the box, right? It's not finishing what you were working on. It's like a loop in your head that you just got to get final.
Yeah. It's just something that you want it this certain way so bad, but because it's not that way, it just irritates you.
Yeah, I get that. All right, I think that was pretty much a no-brainer. Good way to end it, though, guys. Hey, thanks for sticking in there, guys. We had a lot of good questions tonight. I want to make sure we, since we're in the last part of the last few weeks of the season, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. Bungie took the week off with the TWAB, so I figured it'd be a good night to really get into some of these questions. Thanks for answering honestly. Good answers, by the way, too. All right, Mr. Fudd, take it away.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah. Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. This is our final segment of our show. It's where we like to pick our song for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what usually Hazel and I and our guests listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify, and now the very same way on Apple Music out there for you Apple folks. I put all the links, by the way, in our show description. So look for the links there if you want to follow along and see what we had every week. We now have 1,070 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests ever since July of 2019 when we started this podcast. So I'll start with you, Frostbyte. What song are you going to pick tonight?
The song I picked tonight, it's a little edgy, but it's called Numb the Pain by Larks and some other creators. This song, I'm going to be honest, like, if you are working out, you're going to love that song. It's pretty motivational, I feel like, but also it could be, I don't know. But I really enjoyed this song.
Very cool. Thank you, sir. All right, Jellis, you're up. What do you got, man?
I like throwing in some oldies, and I'm truly surprised this is not in the playlist list.
What?
Yet. Yeah, right? This is an alternative rock song from 1988 by the artist REM, R-E-M. Song tonight is Stain.
Oh, great song. Yeah, R.E.M's got a lot of good songs, but they have so many good songs. We can only pick a few of them. I like that. Good addition, man. Good addition. Looks like I picked Red Hot Chili Peppers last week. We just needed to be done, You got to throw some of that, some of the old time music in there. Well, I'm going to go the opposite of what you went, Jellis. I went with a brand new song. This guy went viral on YouTube just recently. He's put out several videos around this song he created. But the one that really got to me was he was playing this song for the very first time to his piano teacher, and you could see the tears rolling out her eyes. It's a really beautiful song, so I decided to add it to our show playlist tonight. His name is Jake, or all caps JVKE, and the song is called Golden Hour. Check it out. Good song. It's a short song, but if you like piano, it's really, really beautiful. I just wanted to mention, if you are enjoying what we're talking about today and you enjoy our show, we encourage you to give us a review on whatever podcast app you're using out there. I know we've never really pushed for reviews, but we've had some people that have had some good reviews over the years. And just to remind everyone, we do read them. We do check them out. So if you have a review you want to send, whether it's Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast, send it to us and give us some feedback as well, and we may read it on the show. We have our question of the month for November, and Moose, captain of Laser Blazers, came up with this question, and he says, I have a suggestion for the next question of the month. If you had a piece of armor or weapon themed around you or your guardian, what would the flavor text be? Curious to see what people come up with here. We've already gotten some answers. And remember, next week, we are drawing for our SpeakPipe. We're going to have 3 drawings total between our SpeakPipe and our channel participants that enter their answer into our Discord channel under Question of the Month, and messages from our SpeakPipe. I'm fading. They'll be entered into 3 drawings. The first one will be for a $25 Amazon gift card, and the next 2 will be SpeakPipe only drawings for some podcast merch swag. So please, if you haven't done it already, and I know we're all procrastinators out there, don't forget and miss the boat. So if you want to send it to us via SpeakPipe, it is speakpipe.com/Guardian Downcast. Or like I said in our Discord, it's the question for the month channel. And enter them in there. And then next week, we will be playing our SpeakPipe answers and having our drawings.
I'll have to submit mine.
Yeah, it's a thinker question. You really got to think it over, you know? So you can go several different ways on it. All right. I wanted to give out a Patreon shout out. We have 2 new members this week, Mr. MC Squared and of course, Mr. Sin Media. Thank you, gentlemen, for giving back to our show and our community. And I wanted to give a shout out to our Dungeon Champion patrons, Scoot, the Scarlet KM, Oh Hey Redneck, the Crimson Chin, Technical, Sauced Waffle, and a average Destiny 2 player. And of course, our 2 Raid Boss patrons present tonight, Mr. JellisGaming and Frostbyte. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It's you guys.
That's you, dude. What?
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate
I think
it.
your name's in there too.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe one day.
Just a quick thank you to all our Patreon members out there. You know who you are. Thanks for giving back to our show and our community. It's really been great. Hazel and I both thank you, even though he's not here tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying the bonus content we've released as well. We do this podcast for the love of the game, and more importantly, hey, for all of you out there that listen. So thank you. So if you think you received any value from our podcast today and are interested in giving back, check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. The link is in our description as well. If you want to check out the different tiers and little automatic perks, like you get a special badge in our Discord and a private Discord channel. No feet pics, please. Thank you. So thanks to all of our awesome members. And we have our second Patreon episode for November coming out later this week. So keep an eye out for that. I'm working on it as we speak. Wanted to mention that Hazel and I also have a podcast that's not Destiny related. It's called Playing Favorites. It's the one with the storybook and all the stuff flying out of it. It's a really great artwork my daughter Snail Entrails made. Shout out to her. And as Hazel would say, if there's something you have a favorite of, I bet you there's a story behind it. Plus, Hazel and I have an excuse to talk about maybe a couple of our favorite stories of the month. Like I said, not Destiny related, and we can get into some really good conversations on that, so check it out. Next episodes will be out soon, so stay tuned. And we have several out already. If you want to catch up, just check it out. I want to remind everyone that I have a solo Destiny podcast out, and it's basically an audio component for my YouTube channel. It's called the Destiny Help Desk podcast. It's designed to be an audio form of my tips and tricks for our new and returning players out there. So if you don't have time to watch YouTube videos, no worries. Now you have it in a podcast format. They're short form videos with, like I said, quick hitting info for those of you that are looking to know more about the little intricacies to the game Destiny 2. It's available everywhere that you're listening to this podcast on. So check it out. And if you want to email me a question, especially you beginners out there, send me an email to ToddtheGatr. That's 2 D's and GATR @gmail.com. Or you can send me a voicemail. Yeah, I have a special SpeakPipe just for the Destiny Help Desk. It's speakpipe.com/Destiny Help Desk. And like I said, we'll talk more advanced topics and news and stuff like we did tonight on this show. But the other podcast is for our beginner players out there. So don't be afraid. There's never a stupid question in Destiny. So send it to me. I want to help you out. Guys, that's a wrap. Another episode in our collection for all of you who are maybe just finding out about us. We have 174 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So if you're, like I said, if you're just finding out about us, take a look at those, and you can go to GuardianDowncast.com if you want to check it out. Jellis and Frostbyte, thank you, sirs, for coming on tonight. You guys brought your game. I thought maybe we'd stumble a little bit on some of these questions, but you guys already had answers. I love it. And for the record, I had these questions already drawn out ahead of time, and you just found out about them. So good thinking on your feet, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we made the chat I feel a day ago, maybe 2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Wednesday. I'm We still doing the show? And then I get the invite. I'm like, yes.
I did not see a Discord announcement for our show at all.
I didn't.
Oh my god!
I didn't even know if it was
right.
No announcement, no group
right.
chat.
I'm so sorry,
like,
guys.
maybe they're taking the week off.
Well, you know what? A lot of
Hazel.
podcasts took off this week. But we got you. We're still here, guys.
I had to skip Black Friday for this, man. It was worth it.
Yeah.
I was tempted to be like, Hazel, he hasn't done it again. Gotta help me out.
I would have been in line with my headphones, chatting it up.
I
I'm
gave
so
you
sorry,
the benefit
guys.
of the doubt.
I know. I
You're fine.
actually made this chat party while I was in my hotel room in Salt Lake City. I said, I forgot that as soon as I came back into town, we had to have a show. So,
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to make it happen tonight, guys. Hazel, he'll be back. He's, like I said, he's got some family issues he's having to deal with right now, and well wishes to you, Hazel. Hope everything's going well, brother.
Miss you, Hazel. I love you.
Well, guys, where can we find you if we want to know more about you guys?
A lot of my social media stuff, is either no Frostbite or Frostbite. It's pretty much anywhere and everywhere.
And that's BYTE, right?
Yes, like byte as in like a computer byte. And
Clever.
The F is always capitalized. if
Very nice.
I can. So
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it coming on tonight, man. And that leaves you, Mr. Jellis Gaming. Where can people find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JellisGaming. Now that I am running a new character, you'll probably be seeing me make a lot of streams because we'll be running that like newer experience kind of thing. You can hit me up in the Discord. DMs are always open if anyone wants to chat about Crucible matches or just to get together and play the game. I'm always open to that. You can follow me also on Instagram at Jellis437. No spaces. And that's about everywhere for now.
Good deal, man. I've been in your chats. They're pretty energetic, man. You do good streams,
Thanks.
man. Do good streams. All right. Well, Hazel is not here tonight, but you can find him anywhere and everywhere at Hazel NT. You can contact me via Twitter at ToddtheGatr. Remember that's at ToddtheGatr. And that's 2 Ds and GATR. You can find me on, I guess, YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@ ToddtheGatr. Spelled the same way. And everyone knows me usually as Gator in the Discord, but I've changed it now. I'm doing that branding thing, guys. That's Todd the Gator everywhere, and everywhere you can find me. Thanks, guys. Had a lot of fun tonight. And Scum Death is making new albums and music and stuff, so hopefully we'll have him back soon. But hey, continue to be safe out there, and more importantly, take care of one another.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
bye. Stay safe.
Jelly out. Guardian Downcast.
Yeah.
Guardian Downcast. This is the intro. Guardian Downcast.
Not copyrighted.
This is Frostbyte, and you are listening to Guardians Downcast.
What? No, it's not that. It's Guardian Downcast.
Guardian Downcast. Bro, there's no S in the first
What
name,
the hell?
dummy.
You're a supporter
This
of
is
the
a
show? You don't
newbie,
even
bro.
know the name of the show?
Wow.
That's an outtake.